Yo, 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 yo. Check 1, 2, 3, 4. What is going on, everybody? Welcome, 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 welcome. So, I was gonna make a video today. Maybe I'll wait for some people to come in, but nah, I'm just gonna keep it moving and people can watch the live stream version of this instead of making a video and putting it up there. I figured I'd live stream it. Some of you guys could come in. I'm gonna go over this Delta Company podcast. Blue Fox, Hugo, ITK5 put up a podcast last week that I didn't even realize they had this. I don't know if they put it on the forums, but I gotta be honest, not a lot of people care. Yo, Corey, what's up, man? So I'm gonna spend some time here and go over this podcast. I was gonna make a video about it, but I figured I'd just live stream it. Why not? And we can go over some stuff, and whoever wants to watch it later can. People can pop in and out and kind of like talk in real time. So I'm gonna say kudos to Blue Fox, Hugo, ITK5. I guess they're trying to keep things relevant in a game that's dying, and this Delta Company thing that's dying itself. And this was on the forums, this link, but I gotta be honest, it's already buried, right? So Delta Company podcast, it's already off the first page. That's how much people just don't care. They don't care about Delta Company. They don't care about any of this type of stuff. So, but I'm going to go over it right now. So, if anybody pops in or whatnot, they can ask questions. And if not, they could just watch it later. So anyway, let's get into this. Let's see what's going on here.
Everyone, welcome to a second Delta Company podcast. With me tonight are ITK5 and Hugo FOU. Hi guys.
Hey, what's going on?
Hey, how you doing? Good to see you.
Yeah, good to see you. But good to hear you.
Yeah.
Right, a few questions. One of the things I was going to ask. We were hoping to have Ren and Prophet here and Vandar, who went to Paris with me a couple of weeks
Jason,
ago.
what's up, man?
To a workshop. And I was going to ask them what they thought of it, but we'll do that in another podcast. ITK,
cool.
You have
Did
been
anybody
to
listen to this podcast, FYI?
workshops in Paris. What's your impressions of doing them? What do you think of it?
Came out like a week ago.
Well, what I really like about it is that they actually take your feedback and use it. You've been there with me several times, and just the little stuff that's brought up, and just minor stuff. They attempt to actually fix it right there and then, if possible.
Really? That's
That's
amazing to hear.
So there's one
really
feature,
amazing
we sat and we had a chat with Eric Guzane about one feature that got taken away straight away. But the thing that I always sort of like is remarkable for me is the engagement we get from the devs. I mean, they're not just forced along to meet some members of the community to listen to what they've got to say. They actually seek us out. So when they're in the studio, they want to come and talk and ask things and get our views on things. So
that's amazing. That's really good to know. That's really interesting.
So hopefully we'll get you over there soon.
You see, now I've seen Hugo and Blue Fox, and I don't know about ITK5. Maybe I've seen them make good posts in the forums and things. What I'd like some specifics on that. What are they talking about that the developers seek them out for questions and answers or whatever? Because as far as we all know, the game is a complete 180 from what the community has been shouting for since day one of OTT1. So what are they even talking about there?
You can
I hope so.
Yourself.
That'd be good.
Well, the reason they bring us along too is because we are like community leaders. So we have a small group not small, but we represent a group of players. I know I do. We got a huge HVP clan.
Yeah.
And so when they invite us over, they're not just inviting us over to try a game or tech test the game or whatever. They want to hear feedback,
and
not
get your feedback.
Not our own opinion of the feedback of the game. There's some stuff that some of the guys want that I don't totally agree on, but that's what they want. So I always try to bring that part of it to the dev team too. I don't try to just my opinion. I always try to get other
Well, I think
players.
that's
But
important because,
a lot of
it's like you said, we're
go
we're
ahead.
we're kind of community leaders. We're in a privileged position that we get to give that feedback direct to them. That we're on a private chat group, so it's important that we kind of give a bit back by representing the people that they're trying to sell the game to.
And that's how I feel. That's how I feel as well.
Yeah.
I don't just want Blue Fox's game. I want.
I hope the
them to
community
consider
sees that
everyone.
too, though, because
No,
we
we
get.
don't.
I know I do a lot. I get a lot of people bash me constantly, but it's not just my opinion that I'm trying to get across, and I
Yeah.
wish the community would kind of see that too.
Yeah.
And instead of thinking that, well, that's all TK wants. No, it's not. There's a lot of stuff that.
So on that
Yeah.
topic, what do you guys think of the survey? So obviously, they just those
Alright,
that,
so the
that don't
survey.
know, there is a survey been released
See.
by Ubisoft. You can about Breakpoint. You can look it up on their website, and it asks a few questions. The first one being, have you played Breakpoint? Which to me means, well, yeah. Answer yes, by the way, guys, if you have played it, even if it was just the OTTs or the
Yes,
beta.
of course.
What do you guys think of the questions in the survey itself?
I think there was some very poignant questions in there. I think there was some questions that show that straight away that they've listened, they've looked at what's come up on the forums and the feedback they've had. I mean, two of the big ones for me that I sort of really locked onto were what changes would you like to make? And one of them was remove tiered loot and gear, and another one was allow us to carry a single primary. Well, that's something I've seen come up loads of times. So that's for me that they've put that in there. They want to get a hard sort of number on that rather than just looking at the forums and Reddit and such like. They want to get a hard number from the survey and go, right, this is the percentage of people that did our survey that want this.
Yeah. What about you,
Yeah,
ITK?
yeah.
What did you think
Yeah,
of the?
a lot of it is PvE stuff, which I'm not too focused on, but when it did ask the question, and I didn't see something that was in there for me to answer, I just did the extra, and then I typed out a full paragraph of saying what I thought should have changed. I'm fine with the two primaries,
Yeah.
but I do see where in more of a hardcore mode, you would probably just carry one and then your sidearm. So I understand that. They did ask appropriate questions. I think there was, like I said, if you guys haven't done it, go do it. And if you feel like the answer isn't there for you to check, just fill out the extra, and they're going to read it. So fill out a whole
I think
couple paragraphs.
it covers the main questions for me. It covers the question about gear score. It
Yeah.
covers the question about the offline mode versus online mode. Yeah, and it covers. I don't think it should have had the question about bugs. I'll be honest about that. I think that's a given. Yeah,
Yeah, it is, isn't it? Yeah.
it's almost like it takes up one choice that I'd have rather not had to use up. But so
Yeah.
that was my only criticism, really, of the questions I was asked. How hopeful are you?
Yeah, I mean, let's be honest with ourselves. And I might have said this in another video, but you guys chime in too. For all you guys who played OTT 1 or OTT 2 or both, or the closed beta, open beta, by the time the open beta comes out, it's too late. But the OTT 1 and 2, we were saying these things that were in the survey then, right? These things were being talked about then. And they needed a survey to give us a month after release, after people paid $120 for Ultimate Edition, $190 for a Wolves Edition, $80 for a Gold Edition, asking us what we would like to be fixed as a priority. And I think it's this, what we think of the surveys, whatever, it's neither here nor there. The idea is that they know exactly what needs to be fixed, and they're wasting time giving us a survey instead of just fixing it. They know people want the offline mode. Just say whether you're going to do it or not. They know the thing about the tiered loot. Just say we're going to make a different mode for hardcore players where tiered loot will possibly be gone or whatnot. Just come out and say it, because you're giving us a survey, and it's like you're dangling this thing in front of our face. Like, okay, we see the things that you guys want, but now tell us which is the most important things that you want. It's like, guys, how hard is it for you to comb through all of these forum posts when they were coming up one day at a time between OTT 1 and the open beta to see what was the most important thing? You tell me you can't scrape. You don't have a programmer that knows how to scrape these forum posts to look for keywords to see what was the most important. You needed another survey, and surveys were released after OTT1 in the same format, OTT2 in the same format, closed beta in the same format. Every one of those things that you got to play, you got a survey at the end to talk about it. So they needed another survey on top of the survey. Excuse me. They needed a survey on top of a survey. Like, it's all redundant at this point. And it gets to the point where it's like, come on, man. Just like who is that? Blue Fox, who's leading this podcast, just like what he said. Why are you telling us if we want bugs fixed? Like, how dumb is that? It's absolutely ridiculous. Jay, man, what's up, man? Right, Corey? It's like, just fix this shit. Stop, have your community managers, give them a little leeway. Let the community managers talk to people on the forums a little more. It's like they're a waste of time. They did this whole Delta company thing. These guys are left out. They're left out to dry. They're trying to stay relevant, keep things relevant on their own. So, like, kudos to them. But it's like, what's going on with this thing? I don't know. Let's keep going.
I'm very hopeful. In fact, I was going to ask a question to you guys. If you had, a wedge of money that you were going to put on a bet,
okay,
what would you bet would be sort of the first thing that was going to be changed?
What would you guys bet?
Outside of bugs.
What's the first thing they're going to change that the community wants?
I'm going to take it from the other way around. Yeah. Is that K-pop in the background there, ITK, or is that
That's my son, Hero. Yeah, he's watching and listening. So yeah, I'll mute it up when.
For those that don't know, ITK releases videos of him and his team playing PvP, and he always puts it to a K-pop video background. Those of you who don't like K-pop, watch ITK's videos, and you will learn to love K-pop.
That the developers actually fix outside of bugs that the community wants.
Far too cool rock and roller to like K-pop on ITK.
Offline?
No, I'll take it from the reverse end.
Tiered loot?
Most likely, in my opinion, the thing most likely to not change is the offline mode.
Yeah, agreed.
I know that's a lot of people have got a lot of hope on that changing. Just for two reasons I think that. One is I think it's the strategic direction that not just Ubisoft but a lot of game companies are going.
Yeah.
And if you look at the publications that they've made about Stadia, the Google product Stadia, which effectively runs server side, I think it's a move towards that direction.
Jay, you think they're going to actually change the tiered loot?
Around it being online.
That's bold, man.
And there's a lot of processes that are running server side, and so the re-architecturing of the game probably.
I think the first thing they fix will be maybe the primary issue, because I don't really think they're gonna go deep into fixing any of that other shit unless it's for a certain mode, like a ghost mode. But at least maybe the primary issue, maybe they just got to fix a little bit of code to calculate that your tier level a different way. But I don't know.
He precludes it from being
gun customization, remove tier loot and gear score.
Yeah, if I was putting money down, I'd put my gear score to be the first thing.
Okay, he thinks gear score.
Yeah. It's the first thing I'd like to go.
Think it's definitely.
Yeah, I think with the gear score, I know the looting is a big part of the game,
but it should.
But I think it's almost overkill. Everything, everybody's dropped something. Well, that's almost too much. Even though you don't have to go and pick it up, it's just all over the map.
Would be simple and easy. Yeah,
to me, it's right.
What's up?
It's like
the thing is, I mean, as I sort of,
it's like they'll take the easy way out. It's like, okay, here's this, because they just got to change a little bit of code to make sure you can roll out one primary and they can calculate your gear score. I don't know. You guys really think they're gonna rebuild the whole tiered loot system?
I've suggested. I think you can change that, and instead of looting mountains of gear that you don't want,
that maybe they'll limit
it. It can be everything you need, rather than just being able to go and buy it from the shop. You could loot all those items from people and from the boxes. You get your ammo, you get your grenades, everything.
Off. I don't think they could do that, Jay. It's got to be one of. It's got to be one or the other.
It's counterintuitive to Ghost Recon, the way the leveling, the progression, and the gear collection, and the gear score works, and it's counterintuitive as well to me to the Breakpoint theme, even.
Yeah, I think so as well. Yeah.
And
Yeah,
they should have called
agreed.
Area 1 the
Agreed. And everybody said that.
or headquarters or
Well,
something.
why
I
is
think
this
everyone
in
who
a
gets
Ghost
in there the
Recon
first
game?
time says, what the
What the
F?
Yeah,
Exactly.
Right?
that's absolutely right. Yeah, yeah.
Yo, William, what's up? Taylor,
Another
what's
question,
going
just
on,
changing
man?
the topic slightly. So, before we just do, actually,
Reconstruct the AI.
I'm optimistic about the survey. I
That's-
think the time frame we're
that's a good
talking
one.
about could be sooner than we think, simply because
Okay.
That's a
I
good
think
one.
they started work on some of these changes quite early. The OTT feedback was
Yeah.
consistent. I think they've probably got them matured now, those that are viable, and they're just going into the down select piece.
Yeah,
so
I hope so.
I could yet be wrong about the offline. You know, they could have
Oh, Father,
done a lot
yeah,
of work
what's going
on
on?
that and be ready.
I mean, I don't know enough about coding and such. I'd like to know how viable that is and how much is held server side but
I think the AI might be
it's a popular feature where, like you say, the strategic
might
and
be
the
a
fact
good
that
one
people are
with them tweaking it.
the games industry seems to be going in that direction. It might just be something they don't want to go with.
Yeah, it's the biggest thread on the
Father,
forum
I'm
I've seen.
on PC, bro.
PCs, yeah,
in terms of the
it's
number of
PC.
pages, and it's ever.
It's
I
one of the
mean,
biggest
Bremer
threads I've
Red,
ever
what's
seen.
going on,
bro?
Yeah,
Yeah, ever, not just a Breakpoint.
Thousands of replies on it.
Yeah, it's certainly a topic. Moving on from the survey, then I was going to ask ITK, who's here from Texas. Now, there's a little bit of banter on Twitter from ITK and his guys that they liked the first podcast we did, but there were British accents in it. So,
See, now,
Right.
howdy
You
there,
mean-
Tommy.
You
Seriously,
mean we speak properly?
Yeah. So, I'll ask you then in my best British accent, ITK.
Sure. Let's hear it.
Let's try and put a posh voice on. You've been playing PvP now for quite some time, ITK. Have you got any advice for new starters about what they'd like? I'm going to edit that crap out straight away.
let me know in the
That's not
comments.
so
Do
bad.
any of you
No,
guys
no,
play PvP
quite
in
good, I like
Breakpoint?
Seb,
Are you
ITK,
big PvP
Tommy,
fans?
would you tell the audience what you think of PvP, and would you give any tips to new starters?
Okay, honestly, I love the PvP compared to Wildlands.
Yeah, what's up? I agree.
What do you like about it?
Simply because, well,
Division
your
2
class
AI
system,
is good.
Yeah.
it's not restricted anymore. So, like before, I've got killer guys on my team, so which are a lot better than me. So I would always play the support class, and if I was the last one standing as a scout, I couldn't hold my own. And
Right.
now all classes are pretty balanced because the balance of the game is the weapons.
Oh, that's good.
So there's no weapon restriction. So now, instead of the point man having the strongest gun, I
PvP's
could have
for
his gun
clunky.
too. It's going to come down to
I
more of
understand that.
teamwork and gun skill over marks, drone marks and
Oh,
kills.
that's good.
So my suggestion for people that are starting it, it's PVE related, right? It's all interchangeable. So you could get into the PVE,
Yeah.
locate some skill points, go grab skill points, unlock the perks you want, and the passive. I would have unlock as many passive abilities as you can because you don't have to load those, right? So I would
See,
go
I
out
don't
to
know.
the
I think-
PVE, go get your skill points, and then jump into the PvP.
What about
I think PvP for me, William, you've noticed minor changes in the AI, like grenade throws. I've heard about that. Flashbangs. I think in order to save this game, AI has to be vamped up with difficulty increases and toughness. They need to be vamped up. I've said this plenty of times. They should have taken, in my opinion, the mechanic from Wildlands PvP, the suppression mechanic, and as you get on harder difficulties, enemy AI should lay down gunfire, and if you're just running and gunning like you're playing Call of Duty, and you should get hit with that suppression fire, wanting you to take cover. If you're behind cover, enemies should try to suppress you and flank you. They should try to suppress you and grenade you, suppress you and flashbang you, and flank you and kill you. Like, that would be the way to design good AI that seems challenging, that makes you want to hit and run, hit and retreat, keep moving. The way it is now, it's just really, really bad, in my opinion. It's got to be major changes to bring me back because you haven't touched it. I agree. I haven't touched it either. I'm basically just waiting for the raids. But as far as PvP, I really thought they should have gone 8v8, and they need more game modes. I've had videos on that where I think the types of game modes they should have added. You could always look at my playlist if you ever missed it. But PvP needs new game modes, and they need more than 4v4. In today's day and age of Battle Royale, people are playing 100 versus 100 other people. The 4v4 just doesn't, I don't know, it doesn't feel as good to me, in my opinion. We were playing 8v8 in SOCOM back in the day. You wish they would separate PvP and PvE loadouts and settings. You play no HUD in PvE and have to switch all my settings anytime I want to play PvP. Good point. That's a good point. You should be able to save different settings. I didn't know that maybe you weren't or were not you were or were not able to do that.
Actually playing it, what would you advise them once they've got that? Once they're in there, once they're in
yes, I agree.
PvP, what would you advise them to do? How would you advise them to approach the game?
I don't think people need advice.
I would suggest with at least one other
honest.
person. It's
really
such
silly.
an unforgiving game for a single player.
Yeah, I agree with that.
So definitely try to squad up with a teammate.
Yeah.
If you get a full squad, that's perfect. But at least one other, because you got communication in this game is so big now.
Yeah.
Because there is no massive drone markings and stuff.
Yo,
so
Matt, I
everything is a
agree.
ping or a location on the map. So I would suggest teaming up with somebody, and that would be your best bet.
Agree. Team up on the forums, guys. If you're listening and you want someone to play with, you can always hit me up. I'm on Xbox One.
They got the money. Now they're going to decide how much is going to go into changing
at all. Yeah, I mean,
how much work it's going to be to really change the game to what it needs to be.
As yet, that has bought a Breakpoint. There's a group of guys that I would very occasionally play with, usually because they play at different times to me. I work shifts and such like, but none of them at this point have bought Breakpoint. A lot to do with the reviews. I've tried to sort of say, actually, it's pretty good. It's only, and it's going to get better.
All right, see, I disagree. I don't know who's talking there, if that's Hugo, but I disagree. I would, if my friends asked me right now, yo, how's Breakpoint? Should I pick it up? You got to be honest to your friends. You got to say no. I would never recommend Breakpoint to my friends. It's bad. It's bad. And knowing that they like the same type of gameplay I like, they're going to get into that repetitive opening crates, changing gear, and they're going to say, yo, G, what is this? What the hell happened from Wildlands to this? I feel like I'm like, what's this looter shooter crap? So I don't know, man. There has to be some big changes in order for me to recommend this game to friends. AI should be similar in many ways. Civilization. I never played Civilization. My friend liked that. Key in order to win the gunfights. Yeah, tactics should be key.
But so far, I think they're waiting.
It's going to be interesting to see if the company can turn it around. Obviously, it has been subject to a groundswell of a tsunami, even of bad reviews.
And they deserve it.
Over exaggerate, I think.
No, not at all.
The game has some issues we'd like to see improved for sure. The survey's about that, but I think if you have never played Breakpoint, and I don't want this to sound like a Breakpoint advert, so I'm going to shut up. But if you never played, it's better than the reviews. Better than the reviews say, in my opinion.
I disagree.
Like we've said before, you play around certain systems, but the core combat.
How many of you got? Wait, let me hear what he's going to say about the core combat
In the game, I think he's done really well.
Core
it's really
combat.
Good fun.
But that's
the thing.
It's the same as Wildlands.
I think they could do with almost doing a re-release.
A re-release.
Yeah,
making a big thing of it.
Okay. How many of you think that Breakpoint got a bad rep? In the beginning with the microtransactions, I agreed. I think if people were complaining about the microtransactions in their videos on day one, then they missed the overall point of what was wrong with this game. And they were just kind of like repeating what they had heard just to get videos out. And if you guys have watched that video with me on the microtransaction video, I said that. I'm not going to go down that path of shitting on the microtransactions. There's so much more to this game that needs to be talked about and discussed so it can be fixed. But as far as the ratings being too brutal, or I don't know, man, I think the ratings were spot on. The game was broken. It was half-assed made. It was pushed out too early. There were design decisions that were bad. Will they turn this around, or will they put it down to a loss and move on to something next? I think they're going to support it like they do all their games, but I don't know if they're going to be able to turn it around. You know? You want to be tested by enemy AI, but you don't get it with this game. Agreed. There's just there's no sense of real mechanics that the enemies have where you feel like you're on your toes. Like I said, I think a suppression mechanic would really work in today's day and age where enemies are firing at you, and instead of you just getting hit, maybe there could be some kind of disorient like how it is in Wildlands PvP, where you're forced to want to take cover. And when you're in cover and getting shot at, it's kind of like, oh shit. And then from there, you should have enemies flanking and throwing grenades at you. So you know, it's kind of, you feel like, oh man, I got to hit and run, get cover over here. Let me retreat, pop smoke, pop a flashbang, run this way, throw a grenade, try to flank on myself. Maybe I do need a teammate. Maybe the AI, maybe they shouldn't have got rid of the AI teammates. People complain about microtransactions are idiots. Yeah, I agree, Corey. That it was like that was so. I thought it was irrelevant, especially when comparing to Wildlands. It wasn't that big of a deal. It was almost the same shit. The game is an amazing, beautiful looking game. They just lost direction. Yeah, I agree, because the designers know what they're doing. They know how to make beautiful worlds. Odyssey is beautiful. The Division is the nitty grittiness of it is really amazing in my opinion. I think everything on that department is good, but the design decisions are they're just bad. There's a few more minutes of this. They should add blind fire. What's blind fire? Oh, blind fire where you just shoot like that. Yeah, that they could add something like that. The cartel unit that AI vs Sentinel Wolves AI, who would win? I don't know. They both keep respawning and just attacking each other mindlessly. Oh man.
Not going. With the first update, but somewhere down the road, almost re-release it and say, look, this is what the game is now, and make a big deal of it.
Yeah, and
more adverts and such like.
I think that's why the survey and what they do about the survey is quite important for me.
Yeah.
Tinkering around the edges is not going to give it the kind of rebirth that it needs. It does need a fairly significant change to some of the key game features, I think. In order
think about it like this, Luke. If it didn't have the whole RPG elements like the tier or the looting and the score levels, it would be pretty much like Wildlands, but with the tier system.
Yeah,
I agree.
Yeah.
If people just visually
that was a big mistake of them
took
adding
that, and that's all the team really needs to do, in my opinion.
And that's why I can play it. I think you're right, ITK. I can play it because I can ignore those systems. I can
But you
just put them to one side and enjoy the game that's there.
You can't ignore it. You have to get to a certain tier level in
I
order
know
to be eligible
other
for
people
raids.
from what I
So
read
you
on the
can't
forums
ignore it
can't
as
do
a new
that. And
player.
I can get that sense that you have. I sometimes feel compelled to want to go around the map and pick the bits that have fallen up, to go and open all the crates, to check out your inventory when you win a new weapon. I don't tend to, but I do sometimes feel, maybe I should do that. And so for those people that kind of have a mindset that want to collect things, want to complete things, which it's just a natural way to be. That would infuriate. If I was like that, those systems would infuriate me as much as I think they infuriate those guys.
Yeah.
I think
like I said, it just and that's part of the survey. I mean, you guys really need to take the survey out. I would suggest when you tweet this out or whatever, Blue, to include the survey link.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
They read this. They really do read this, and if you haven't read Blue Fox's report, Hugo's, you should link that too, Blue. Hugo.
Yeah.
I'm gonna just voice my opinion on that real quick. Other than it says 18 of you are in here with me. Maybe other than us and the people on the forums, nobody cares. The only people left to fill out those surveys are people that are diehard third-person shooter Ghost Recon fans. And we've already voiced our opinions and concerns, whether it's like me on YouTube or in the survey or on the forums, Twitter, Reddit, wherever. And it's all the same shit. At the end of the day, you have to make do with what we have. Yeah, and a lot of us have made do and kind of passed on it, It's upsetting that we have what we had. Again, we can only hope for it to get better. I think it will get better. The thing is that it's already a failed game at this point. How much better can it actually get? I wish they would just scrap the open world and make smaller levels with each level AI program for each situation with replayability and having multiple ways to attack objectives. So you want more of a future soldier type setup. You see, I like the open world. I just think that in an entire open world, don't make a player go from here to here to here to here in the beginning. Have your open world and have it where the story more linear, where you start here and the story takes you around and around and you build your way out. And if the player wants to abandon the story and then just go explore, he has the option to do that. They have the option to do that. Instead of focusing on big worlds, focus on tactics. They should focus on AI and tactics involved in infiltrating bases. The AI should be the biggest concern that moving forward for them, because it's not good. Sniper Contracts came out and must say it has some of the best gun mechanics I've ever seen played to date. Someone, Will, was that you talking about? No, I think it was Rojan the other day was talking about that game, Sniper Contracts. I gotta take a look at it. Is it a first-person shooter game? Because I'm kind of over first-person shooters. Yeah, what's up? Oh, Corey, another thing that pissed me off is that the game is meant to be played tactically and you can't. Yeah, the game's made to be played tactically, but then when you enter a base, it's like, oh, look, a loot crate, that guy drops skill credits, that guy drops something. Oh, fuck my entire strategy. Let me just run around and pick everything up. That's what I'm saying. It was like two different camps trying to design the game, and it just clashed with itself. The open world goes all over and makes too much use of fast travel. If you would just give a good linear gameplay and let us move through the map organically, and then if we want to just press pause and go explore, we can do that and come back to it. But for real, I have a mission here. Now the mission's all the way over here. Fast travel. Hop in a helicopter. Don't make players do that. Make me go through the world you just made, slow and methodically, and set up booby traps around. You want to talk about programming AI for certain levels and locations? You could do that if you create the story in a good manner, in a good fashion, that makes me go methodically through an area that could be programmed to have AI respond in a certain way. Cut the loot system off and make guerrilla warfare mode where everything is on max, punishing. Give us a mode for the hardcore gamers, leave the loot made for the casuals. I think that's what they need to do. They need to make a ghost mode. They need to make a ghost mode, and they need to really make it hardcore. Let's get through this. There's a few more minutes, then we could just talk shit.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah, it'd be interesting if I might ask the studio actually, because quite a lot of the earlier reports that Tommy and I were in the Breakfast Club before we were in Delta.
Yeah.
Quite a lot of the reports I wrote then, and the other guys wrote, and the feedback we gave, you can actually see those happen in Wildlands.
Really?
Yeah. They changed
that's
stuff,
fantastic.
Dude.
Yeah, so
that's fantastic.
That gave us a lot of confidence and faith that we were being listened to. And that's carried on, I think, with Delta coming. It's just a wider, more expansive thing now. So
yeah.
Okay, guys.
And I think
sorry.
Yeah.
Go on.
Oh no, I was going to say. I think one of the things that's, from my point of view, is important as well. Is trying to give that positive feedback to the studio. Thanks for listening. This is, thanks for changing these things and all that sort of stuff. Because it's quite natural that on the forums, most of what you get is complaints, and that's kind of natural, because when something's working and you're enjoying it, you just get on and do it.
Yeah,
it's the things that annoy you that you go and speak about.
Yeah, and I think there's a fair criticism that I see in the forums. Fair criticism. In the absence of information, people will have to make assumptions and they will have to make their own conclusions. So if there isn't an ongoing dialogue, a state of the game type dialogue, feedback about, look, we're thinking about doing this, as opposed to this is what we've done, because the announcements tend to be after the event.
I don't think they want to do that.
Yes, they do.
So what's
they
work
don't
in
want to let their
progress
community
really
managers off a leash.
The reasons for some of the decisions are quite thin. So I can understand why people get frustrated, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, I thought it's been better just recently. There's been a few little announcements come out in sort of quick succession, and people just soak that up. They love it.
I understand that there's stuff they can't say, because if they don't follow through with it,
absolutely.
The community's like, well, you guys said that, so I understand that a lot of stuff they can't say, but you'll still stay open to the community. You'll put out weekly newsletters or something indicating, hey, we're working on this. We're not sure we're going to be able to include it, but we're at least trying.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
Definitely. Okay, let's wrap it up, guys. Thanks for joining me, Hugo. Thanks for joining me, ITK5.
Thanks for hosting it.
Yeah,
no
thanks for having
me.
Good to speak to you both again.
We'll get together next time. Cheers, guys.
So that was the Damn, it's buried this far back already? Wow, it's already on the 3rd page now. I'm gonna give this a bump. Let me bump this so people see it. All right, that should put it on the 1st page. I think for the effort these guys are trying, I think people deserve to at least see it, not to be buried. All right, so I mean, what do you guys think? Let's see what you guys are saying here. Yeah, so let's see. Cut the loot system off, make guerrilla warfare. Okay, I read that. Yeah. The open world goes all over the map, make use of fast travel. I do. It did get a bad rap and it snowballed from there. Yeah, it's true. So, I mean, the game is great due to tactile sniper controls. Win range. Oh, you're talking about that game? Calibration of scopes and so on. Oh, see, that's cool that they include things like that. That's another thing that maybe could be included. You know? Is that maybe they could include wind variety or whatever, and trying to aim with snipers. I don't know. At the end of the day, the game loop is just it just sucks. Let me see something real quick. Because I feel like just want to make sure that it wasn't something else. I feel like at the end of the day, when you want your players to go into this game, what objective do you want them to complete? And I feel like they just messed up with the fact that it's like what Corey said before. You can't really do what you want to do. It's planning these things out and infiltrating and immersing yourself is out the window because when it comes to having to pick up loot. And I think that's the number one thing that they got wrong. That right there, besides the fact that all the bugs and they rushed it, that's what they got wrong. The fact that every minute I'm in my menu switching out a piece of clothing. Every minute I'm in my menu putting in a new gun and trying to increase my gear score to get to a certain arbitrary number so I can make sure that I could raid if there's a gear limit on things or whatever. Oh man. The story should slowly branch you out. Fix the bivouac. We should be able to camp wherever we want, not predetermined locations that don't really favor where we want to be entering a mission. Something I spoke about in the past, man. The bivouac is an over glorified safe house. All they did was take the safe house and give it a little functionality to make it seem like they made something. But at the end of the day, no one cares about the bivouac. No one cares about crafting. No one wants to pick up flowers and craft shit. Everything they built doesn't matter. And yeah, you're right. You know what? If you wanted an inventory system, how about let me manage an inventory system with bivouacs where maybe I would need a bivouac to change loadouts or do certain things out in the world wherever I want, and I have to get a certain amount of resources for it. At least then it's kind of like, oh, I can't drop a bivouac here. I'm out of whatever. I don't know. Anything would have been better than the bivouac they have now. Why they're even, yeah. For real. Take out the perks and allow players to not really test their skills. As it allows players to, and why is there even buffs in the game to start with? I don't know. What is it? Is it Shamel or Shamel? But you're right, man. You nailed it right there. Why are there buffs to begin with? You don't even feel them. I don't feel them. I don't feel them. And I didn't listen to the first Delta Company podcast, but I feel like if these guys are representative of the community, they need to be willing to, for lack of a better term, they need to be willing to shit all over the decisions that were made for this game. They need to be willing to really call out all the bullshit in a not so polite term because people are fed up. When you charge someone $120, all right, this is no more. This isn't like some, oh, let's give them the benefit of the doubt. Let's try to be like, no, man, we are all customers here, and we paid a lot of money to support Ubisoft, to support this game. You could see, guys, I bought the Wolves edition. That's my way of supporting Ubisoft, is saying I believe in you. Keep doing what you're doing. And you know what? They sold me a broken product that sucked. They sold me a broken product that they know nobody wanted. They tried to shove shit down our throat so they could force microtransactions to the highest degree. And at that point, they deserve to be shit on, man. They deserve to be called out. And that's why I don't think any of the ratings and the reviews, I don't think they were wrong, man. Would love to craft our own ghillie suits and camo for our guns, vegetation we gather throughout the world. That's something interesting. When you look at something like Red Dead Redemption 2, you kill a certain type of animal. I forget what it's called. Oh, a legendary. You kill a legendary animal, and you can craft the legendary clothing for your character. So little things like that can be done. It just depends how they want to do it. And I think there is a way for them to move forward in this genre with things like that. Instead of making me pick up a flower, sit at a bivouac, and craft a fucking plus 10 stamina potion or whatever the hell it is that I know nobody's doing because that shit's irrelevant. For real. Maybe make a Sam Fisher type stealth meter, how Sam Fisher was in darkness or light. And while I'm in a new area, if I want a ghillie suit, maybe I have to pick certain things up, craft a ghillie suit somewhere. That might be kind of cool. Certain people might actually like that. Better than picking up flowers and crafting a potion that I don't need. So stick to the region you are in. What does that mean? Stick to the region you're in, Neomat. Did you say something before that? I do. It did get a bad rap and it snowballed from there. I do think they might make major changes people want with this game. We'll see. Isn't there an update coming this week? I believe there should be an update coming. I don't know. Is it tomorrow? Because it said the end of November should. But you got to remember the update is just bugs. It's 1.0.3.1, which is basically just what they couldn't get done for the major title update, which wasn't even really a title update. It was just a fucking patch to fix shit. And now they just got to fix more shit. Patch notes were just released on Reddit. All right, I'll check that out. Let me look. Actually, shit. Let me go here. If they're released on Reddit, that means there are news and announcements. There we go. 1.0.3.1 deployment. So were the patch notes or just, oh, here we go. Patch notes. Bam. All right, so guys, here you go. 11 gigs on Xbox One, PlayStation, 8 on the PC. November 26th. So tomorrow, here comes the patch. Hey, we might as well do this right now. Fuck, got you guys here. I know I could make a video on it, but I could always just take this and re-upload it to get some YouTube clicks. But this should work. I could always change the title too. All right, let's see what we got. Ooh, man, this is a lot. Shit, you guys want to go through this? Or should I make this a video? Let me know in the comments. The update is really stupid changes, honestly, to character customization. Besides bugs, I know bugs top priority, but look past that. Well, we'll look past it besides the bugs, but that's the majority of the shit. Stealth is no joke. No way to eliminate drones silently. Yo, you know you gotta do what's up to eliminate drones? You have to go 50 freaking 100 meters back until the drones pop up in your view, snipe them, and then creep forward. And then by the time you creep forward, everybody's just like la 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 la. Loot system has to go. Agreed, Matt. Instead of bivouac boosters to accuracy and stamina, they should use the Red Dead 2 method to clean weapons. That's cool. Or better accuracy, eat and drink up as necessarily to keep your weight up. Or just to survive. They should have went the survive. They fucking knew what they were doing. They showed us in the premiere about this game that's behind enemy lines. It's the breakpoint for Nomad and his crew, and it's about survival and oh my god, the stamina gauge, and you're dying and you need a syringe and to bandage yourself, and then there's none of that. There's none of that. There's no feeling of holy shit, I only have 2 magazines left until I don't know when. Like, let me fucking really go slow. And I mean, loot system has to go. Hold on. Jesus. Yeah, for real. So yeah, I agree. That would have been something cool. And it's kind of like they tried to do it, but I think they just failed at it. Bivouac should have stashes to change loadouts. Well, like what was it? Because you could change your loadout in the bivouac. In case you didn't know, you go when you're in the bivouac. There are little boxes up on the right corner, and you could save your loadouts there, save your presets. I have a video on how to save no primaries equipped. You check out that video and you see where you could save your presets. You're a huge PvP. Oh, Retro, what's up, man? You're a huge PvP player? Do you enjoy the PvP in Breakpoint? An inventory that goes by weight, so you have to think about what you take. I've spoken on that. That's like the Metal Gear Solid PvP. I think that would have been a good idea. You want to be more tanky? Cool, but you're less stealth. You want to be less tanky? Cool, you're more stealth. You know, like shit like that, where you balance it. Instead of having the tiered loot, you balance it in a certain way. And that's how you make it more of a RPG for the tactical shooter. Yo, Jomani, yo, Castro, what's up? Tomorrow, 4 a.m. Eastern. Yeah, they'll release it. You have armories and camps. The harder the camp, the greater the reward. Yeah, but I don't think people want any of that easy green. I don't think people want that tiered loot bullshit. You know? Maybe instead of giving us points to unlock night vision, to unlock thermal, maybe that's how it should be. Maybe in the hard base that you have to infiltrate and get through, that's where the night vision goggles are. Maybe over there, that's where the thermals are. Maybe the diesel sniper, right? You know, maybe they could start building it like that instead of just loot everywhere. It was kind of like that in Wildlands, where the specific attachments were like in a Unidad base, or you know, I think that's a better system. They need to add claymores. I mean, it's basically the C4, and I'm not the C4. The mines. The mines are basically the claymores. You know, same functionality really, but I guess with the claymores, it's a little better because maybe if you had, I mean, they have the proximity mine in this, right? And because they had it in Wildlands, I forget. But I agree, they could have claymores. How hard would it? It's almost the same thing. Just make it a claymore. Go for it, I guess. Let's do it. All right, Jay's in. Yo, Bosnian King, what's up? You late to the party. You could start at the beginning. We went through the podcast. Now we're looking at the patch notes. I'm going to go through it. Oh, wait up. You know what? Let me see what that text was. I might have to pick someone up. Oh, no, I don't. Okay. caches, like you can't change gear unless you use your bivouac. Yeah, I mean that's possible, but people would probably bitch and moan, but I wouldn't mind that. I think it's kind of like that where you can't change your guns and shit in ghost mode in Wildlands. So I wouldn't mind. I think that would be pretty good. Right, yo, a stamper, exactly. We're supposed to be behind enemy lines. I want to feel almost hopeless with way more wolf patrols, along with many more patrols actually looking for you, tracking you down from places you've been. Exactly. There's none of that. You don't feel any pressure when you're out in the world. The only thing you have to watch out for is the drone, because then wolves will pop up. That's the best they were able to do. I refuse to believe that the talent at Ubisoft, that's the best they could design and program. Hunting parties would be cool. If patrols could spot your footprints and follow them, that would be cool. I mean, all things that they should have taken into consideration when making this game. It should have had more survival aspects to it. Way more survival aspects. I think that should have been the direction they went with this game, and that would have brought in a lot more people. People would have been more interested in that. The type of game they made, those people are already playing The Division. I don't know why they tried to I don't know what they were thinking making two of the same games, basically. Just regular mines, no proximity mines. Oh, that's all they had? They don't have proximity in this game yet? Oh, whatever. Felt like I was living a life to play Red. Exactly. You felt like you were actually living in Red Dead Redemption 2, but Rockstar is a different beast. You know, Rockstar is a completely different beast, man, when it comes to their designs and their game design and development. They'll take years to make sure it's perfect or damn near close. It all comes down to advancing the AI. Will, I completely agree. I completely agree. Let's go over this. Damn, man, I don't know how Joe Rogan sits there and talks for fucking 3 hours. I'm dying of thirst. All right, so let's see. Since the launch of the game, we've been following feedback regarding the availability, customization. Okay, so here we go. Customization, guys. To improve the experience of all players at the beginning of the game and to allow them to start creating their own ghost, we've unlocked the default 40 items that previously need to be looted or purchased with skill credits. Wow. Oh. Return when you stated you should be able to progress organically through a map instead of mission takes from reason. Oh, okay, Matt. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Now I know what you were saying. Yeah. And that would make more sense and it would be more engaging for the story. They should just made Breakpoint expansion to Wildlands. Obviously, I don't know. They didn't know what the hell they were doing. He's on that DMT. This game feels like they started down the survival route. Higher ups. Yep, exactly. 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 The higher ups do not know what the market wants. They don't know what the fucking customers want. They don't know what people want. And you know what? Now they should all be fired because they were wrong. They were wrong. All right, let's see what we got here. So basically, guys, this is why I'm not playing the game. This is exactly why I'm taking a break right now from the game. So everything you went out there and got skill credits for and unlocked, now they're just going to give you. Oh, you know what? Let me hook you guys up. Bam. That's way better, right, guys? Woo. Now it's like in my face. Okay, so 5 vests are unlocked. You get it. So they unlocked by default. You needed to loot it or purchase with skill credits. The 5 pants, the headgear, 2 gloves, boots, 4 gear pants, 1 shirt, 1 eyewear, 1 karambit. That's irrelevant in my opinion. 4 emotes, 4 emblems, 4 card banners. To give players more freedom in their appearance options, Players are now able to change their gender and face selection anytime in the customization menu. Cool. Yes, exactly. That is cool. That I like. That's awesome. Just man, I just want to play. I just want to play a female today. I'm gonna run around as a girl. Today I'm gonna play a guy. I want to change my face. Today I want to be black. Tomorrow I want to be white. That's cool. That's how it should be. We've heard your feedback loud and clear. Our team has started making improvements on adapt. You know what? Kudos to Ubisoft for this shit. I mean, for the developers. You know, even though they should have got the shit right in the first place. The update is BS. Well, I mean, this is pretty good. This is actually pretty good. It's just that it's BS for the people who've been grinding and you unlocked all this shit. Now people are just going to get it for free. RJ Ricky, man, what's up? Sean Drake, what's up? Okay, the remaining assault rifle, sniper rifle, shotguns, grenade launchers, along with the following vest variations, will be added in a future title update. So these are coming in the future, guys. You will be having more stuff to customize your character with. Please note that name vests are unique cosmetics that will not change with your equipped weapon. Major bug fixes. Fixed an issue with the slide animation to trigger on the stairs. How about you fix the slide animation, period? Nobody wants to slide down a hill that is this steep. You'd like to see a rappel rope, and they have the rappel. They built that in the Division with the enemies rappelling from a helicopter. Now it's not that big of a deal, but it's cool. People just want cool shit, especially if you wanted to push people to play with each other. That would have been awesome to make. To come along a cliff, and come along a cliff and like rappel down or some shit. But all right, guys. So I'm not going to be able to go through all of this because what I really wanted to do is do a live stream for about an hour or so and go over the I wanted to go over the podcast and give these guys a shout out, and maybe some more people will try to look for it. The reason I can't do this right now is because I have to go pick somebody up. So I didn't intend to get into this entire thing right now, which I would have loved to do and just sit here and chill out for a bit. So let me actually give me a second. All right, I got somebody else to go do that for me. I'm not gonna leave you guys hanging. So I had to work some magic. I had to put in a favor for a favor. So whatever. Let's go through this. Let's hang out. Let's hang out for another. Let's hang out for another fucking 40 minutes or so going through this shit. Okay, so major bug fixes there. So like I was saying, they need to fix that sliding shit, period. Fixed an issue that caused players to lose their item devices when going to PvP and then coming back to PvE. What? That's fucking crazy. It was also requested in Wildlands. Hasn't make it into Breakpoint is beyond me. Alright, so let's see. Let's keep going. Alright. Players who have already been affected by this issue will be able to get their drone back after loading their save. That really sucks. For players who lost their thermal night vision or water canteen, we're working on a solution for the upcoming... What? People lost their thermal binoculars and water canteen and that shit's not fixed? Wow. Wow, talk about this game still being a beta. Talk about this game still being in beta. Holy shit. Could you imagine you bought the fucking... Oh, excuse my language, guys. Let me try to keep this podcast clean. Could you imagine you bought the Ultimate Edition, or even the Gold? Who cares? You bought the Standard. Who cares? You bought a game and this happens to you? If you have no water canteen, can someone explain to me, if you don't have your water canteen, how the hell do you get your stamina back? How does that even work? Oh, man. Someone explain that one to me. Because I'm trying to process that in my brain right now. You lose your night vision. How the fuck do you, like, if it's super dark, how do you play? You change the settings in the game? They need to fix the AI quick, fast, and in a hurry. Yeah, agreed, Castro. I'm really happy about them fixing the vest visual on your primary weapon. Oh, they did. And look, what's up? You bought the Ultimate Edition. And imagine you bought the Ultimate Edition and all of a sudden your night vision's gone and it's not fixed yet. This is the second patch now. 1.0.3 came out, the big title update, and now this is another one, and they still don't have it fixed, which means they have no idea what the hell's going on. See no evil, speak no evil, hear no evil. Missions fixed an issue that would trigger a mission fail for players if the intel was not consulted and after killing the target and leaving the mission area. That's interesting. Fixed an issue in Age Against the Machine. Missions that could not be started by interrogating the Sentinel soldiers if they had been downed before. In Cross the Line mission, fixed an issue where mission objectives would not update after reaching the rendezvous point. Fixed an audio issue where the Azrael drones did not play a sound when passing above the player. Fixed an issue that caused inaccurate stats. Total weapon looted, bivouacs discovered. Fixed a stat issue that displayed story completion at 0%. Major bug fixes PvP for you PvP guys out there. Fixed an issue that sometimes caused teammates to remain stuck when leaving as a squad from PvP session to PvE. Fixed it. Imagine that would ruin your whole session. You've been waiting for a fix after the last fix, right? Fixed an issue that sometimes caused fixed an issue in PvP that sometimes caused enemy players to teleport backwards when aiming at them. What? Fixed an issue in elimination. Last man standing buff did not trigger when there was only one player alive remaining on a team. Fixed an issue where kicking a player sometimes prompted a different username for a vote. I remember reading that in the last patch. Did they not fix it? Fixed above where sabotage rounds would end in a draw when the attackers would not plant the bomb. Fixed the description of cloaking spray to clarify that it prevents marking by sight too. Okay. All right, here's some AI. Fix the bug where the behemoth drone would sometimes stop shooting. Fix the bug where Cromwell would sometimes spawn underground. Fix an issue where enemies would sometimes spawn underground in the Skell Foundation campus. Fix an issue that would cause AI enemies to move to cover on a loop. Alright, see that's good. That seems good. Fixed an animation glitch. Here's animations. Liberating NPC prisoners. Oh, that's a big one. But I could have sworn they fixed that in the last one. That's good. I want to see if that really fixed it. Going up to the NPC prisoners and standing there for an hour trying to freaking get them out. Fix the bug where players could tumble downstairs. Good. I'm glad that's fixed. Audio. Fixed an audio issue where Azrael drones did not play a sound when passing above the player. Ooh, stealth drones. Yo, oh, Rojan, what's up, brother? You back for more? Okay, bindings. Fix the bug where players would be able to deploy a sync shot drone if they change the bound key. Okay, fix the key binding issue that made players unable to free prisoners if they modified the E interact key. That's the one I'm talking about. Since a stamper, since you've been playing this game, you had the idea that it would be really cool if you could take enemy clothing to blend a certain point without them getting suspicious. Survival by any means. Sounds like whatchamacallit? Hitman. Character Smith. What the hell's a character smith? They just make that word up? Obviously, it's where you change a character, but... Alright, so we went through this already. All of this is unlocked now, right from the beginning. Players are now able to change their gender. Went through this. We went through this. We went through all of this in the beginning. Gameplay. Fixed an issue that caused players to lose their items. Okay, we went through that. Please note, players who have already been affected by this issue will be able to get their drone back. Okay, we went through this. Working on this. Okay. Fix the visual bug where bandages would sometimes not be visible after healing injuries. All right. Fix the bug where players would lose control over their character when switching to the sensor grenade launcher. Fix an issue that made the resources detection ability to lose its effect after changing a session or joining a friend. Fix an issue that caused the helicopter to follow the player inside Erewhon in some circumstances in the mission Proof of Life. This is a lot of shit, man. This accompanied with the last patch. I want to know who gave the okay to fucking release this game on October 4th. Like, they could have released this game in December. They could have released it in December. I mean, shit. In the mission, in the enemy of my enemy, fix the bug where Skell would stay stuck upon reaching Erewhon. Oh, that sucks. See no evil, speak no evil, hear no evil. Fix an issue that would trigger a mission fail for players if the intel was not consulted after kill. Oh wait, I've read this one already. Fix an issue in Age Against the Machine mission. Mission cannot be started interrogating the Sentinel soldier if they have been down before. And Cross the Line mission. Fix an issue where mission objective would not update after reaching the rendezvous point. Fix the bug that prevented the unlock of who betrayed the ghost clue after completing the enemy of my enemy. I'm fucking baffled. There I go with the curse. I gotta learn not to. I need to make a swear jar. I'm baffled by how much stuff is broken in this game. It is absolutely insane. Can they please add sonar goggles? I want my Sam Fisher look. I don't understand how they built so much out in Wildlands that didn't transfer over to Breakpoint. Like, why didn't it just transfer over? It would have been so cool to have most of this stuff on release, man. The game needs to be 100% fixed everywhere. It needs to be 100% re-released. That sensor grenade bug happened often. Did it, Wavy? Damn. See, this is why I'm taking a break, man. Hopefully by the time the raids come out, the majority of this stuff will feel better. Almost 18 gigs of bug fixes. Exactly, Alex. It's not even a real patch with content. It's 18 gigs of bug fixing. So that's 18 gigs of code that they're re-putting onto your computer. They're taking the 18 gigs that's broken and re-giving you that 18 gigs. But the game appeared to be on target, they say. Exactly. Yo, Tommy, what's up, man? Glad you can make it. If you want, Tommy, go to the beginning. I go over the podcast. Now we're just going over patch notes. Online flow. Fix an issue sometimes cause members to remain stuck when leaving a squad. I don't know why they repeat shit. Like, I don't know. Fix an issue where kicking a player. Yes, we read that. Photo mode. Fix the bug where squad info made on screen when accessing photo mode. All right, that's cool because you want to have a clean photo. Progression. Fix an issue affecting some players who lost their campaign progressions. What? Oh my God. You go out there, you buy a game, you play the game, you sink in 30 hours, 40 hours into the game, you sign in and your progression is gone. How is that not like an automatic refund right there? I would bring the game back. Fix the number of battle points granted for some faction missions that still provide 15 points instead of 30. Where's Delta Company? Yo, Bay Z, what's up? Yo, Bay, didn't you get into Delta Company? We're going over the patch notes now, Bay. Delta Company, I went over the podcast in the beginning. But yeah, Bay, are you in Delta? I could have sworn that you said you got in. Smoke grenade, yes please. The smoke bomb is dumb. Yeah, exactly. All right. Okay, progression. Fix the number. Okay, PvP. I went over PvP, didn't I? But let's see if there's. Yeah, I went over this. Why? I don't understand why it's repeated. Like if I had major PvP, I guess that's why. I don't know. Let's just go over it again. We read this one, aiming at them. We read that one. Fix an issue, cause players receive incorrect rewards. Fix the bug, sabotage round in a draw. We read that. Fix the camera issue occurring at the end of the match with users using the Assault's True Grit ability. We didn't read that one. Fix the notification prompt players receive when they were kicked in a co-op squad. Okay. Fix test description of cloaking spray. It prevents marking by sight too. Fix an exploit where players could earn battle rewards in PvP without actually playing. Fixed an issue where kicking the user would show another user's name to be kicked in the custom matches. All right, we went over all that. Yeah, you got in. So, Bay, you need to get on the forums more. You need to talk to these dudes because if they had a Delta Company podcast, you should have asked to get in on it. You know? Okay. All right, so let's go over stats. Fix the stat issue story. We read that. Fix various stat issues. Hostile drone destroyed. Long range kills. Okay, a lot of stat stuff got fixed. Total weapons looted. Bivouacs discovered. CQC kills in PvP. Okay. A lot of shit that I don't really ever care about. All right, here's the UI. I wish this said we completely redid the UI. They need to implement dragging. Oh, what's that for dragging bodies? Let's see, let me go back up here. They need to fix the speed on which you pick up downed enemies. I got to pick up enemy. I got shot to hide their body and got detected because the animation is so slow. Matt, agreed. Yeah, and I said that in another video too, what Castro said. You shouldn't even pick the body up. You should not lift the body and throw them over your shoulder. You should just drag them. Real quick, boom, drag. 1 second, bam. That's how it should be. But it's like they recycle content over and over and over again. Just making my video on this long list. There you go, babe. Good stuff. Take the division crap out. Make enemies with optic camouflage and tougher enemies. Yeah, true. Let's see. All right, let's go over the UI. Fix the bug where players would not obtain a second perk slot after buying the corresponding skill from the skill tree. Wow, that would piss me off. I'm so glad I didn't run into the majority of these bugs, but knowing that people did, I mean, they really need to, whoever owns this game right now, Ubisoft needs to credit everyone who owns this game a certain amount of ghost coins so people can feel like they're appreciated. Like right now, Ubisoft, you need to credit people ghost coins. Everybody needs all 32 of you who are hanging out here with me. You need to run to the forums and you need to let your voice be heard. Like this game is so broken. Ubisoft needs to credit us ghost coins to make us feel like we're appreciated. Because we sat here and we bought the Wolves edition, right? We bought the Ultimate Edition. We bought the Gold Edition. We bought the Season Pass. We put our money into you. We invested in you. Now you need to give a little bit back because obviously you treated your customers like complete dog shit. Excuse my language. Fix the bug where swimming players would be able to read footsteps heard when detecting enemies. Read footsteps heard? What's the deal with the gunsmith? Bodies need to be dragged for low profile. Over the shoulders far too slow. Agreed. You're going to tweet them now. Exactly. Hashtagging it. Exactly. Take care of your customers. We need to be credited ghost coins to feel like we're appreciated. That we're still here, trying to support this game. Fixed an issue sometimes preventing players from accessing the shop in Erewhon while setting up a PvP match. Okay, fixed some item descriptions and unlock conditions, CQC items, multicam alpine gear paint, etc. Fixed an issue that prompted a gas grenade mark for normal drone deployed when the player was equipping the assault class. Fixed an issue that prevented field medics from reviving teammates if they had set their teammates' HUD marker to never. Hey guys, I'm the medic class. Can you res me? Nope. Why? I don't know. Apparently it's a bug. Fix the bug where the battle tier points would overflow instead of leveling up. Oh, okay. So you sat there all day, you got your battle points, and you didn't level up. Ubisoft's going to have a hard time redeeming themselves. In what world is it acceptable to release such a mess? Exactly. And that's why I feel like each customer, everyone who owns the game right now, even though it's been on sale, everyone who owns the game right now deserves ghost coins to show that they appreciate their customer base and people who are going through this debacle right now. And so we can go into the store and buy a couple cool cosmetics and feel like, all right, they're trying to give a little bit back to us. Watch Dogs Legions was delayed. Yep. Fix the pin location hint for the PQ15 attachment that was misleading. Fixed an issue on the PS4 that still displayed the download icon for the audio language packs even after installing them. Fix a typo on the Ayana Puri clue description. Fix the Dutch translation for the AK-74 vehicles. Fix some occurrences where vehicles would sometimes explode in a camp while respawning near, which put enemies in an alert state. A lot of people were saying something about that, which is weird. I would love to know how this code works with the memory with the game and how things spawn in game according to how close you are to them. Because I feel like, shouldn't we be past that at this point with how strong hardware is and how much memory we have? Or can we really not render things far enough that we don't experience this type of stuff? I'm demonetized. Yup. Yeah, Rojan, you bought the gold edition. Exactly. You feel like maybe you should get a little something because you supported Ubisoft and they sold you a piece of shit. They sold you this turd. Demonetized. Watch, yeah, put the Twitter link and I'll hop on as far as the ghost coins. Yeah, I mean, yo, you just gotta, if you got Twitter, you just gotta tweet at them. Like, tweet at Ubisoft or tweet at Ghost Recon. Yeah, yo, Bay, go do your thing, man. Get this video out. Let's see. Okay, so fix the spider vehicle physics to improve handling. That should make some of you guys happy. Fix the, even though I hardly ever use vehicles, I use my chopper to get from one place to the next. Fixed an issue that made boats take damage or explode easily when reaching shore. I mean, if you crash on the shore, it is what it is. Fix the bug where helicopter windows would explode in a smooth landing. That's good. I've experienced that. Fix the abider vehicle that was leaning forward too much. Okay. What about night vision and thermal scopes for guns? So, Kamikaze, they said that if you experience that bug, that they're trying to fix it for a future update. Like if you lost your thermal or night vision, that they're trying to fix it, but it's not coming out right now. Breakpoint needs a total rework from Skystorm. It's still broken, and yeah, we deserve more ghost coins. 100% right. The people who own the game right now, like if I log in, it should say you've been credited however many ghost coins for being a loyal customer. And that's it. Make me feel good for my purchase after feeling so bad for my purchase. You know, try to show a little recognition that we're here. We went out and bought this game and it was broken as hell. Vehicles need improving. Yeah, they always do. All right, weapons, guys. Fix the bug where the iron sight reticle would sometimes disappear. Wow. Fix the visual glitch that caused the scope to break collision with the character's head when equipped with the MK17. Fix an issue that prevented players from customizing the paint of the Zastava M93 weapon. Fix the bug where a weapon could float next to the MC after playing social emotes. Fix an animation glitch with the character's hands when swapping to a sniper rifle while reloading. Interesting. Okay, so world. Fix an issue that sometimes caused the texture to take a long time to load in a custom PvP match if players joined from outside of the game and then left. Fix an issue that prevented players from picking Rosales flowers in Silent Mountain near Avalanche Peak. I can guarantee you nobody cares about that. The flower stuff, whatever. So, look at this. Here are the patch notes. This is how many people care, guys. 4 people. Oh, 5. Someone else just clicked it at the same time I did. Jinx. So those are the patch notes. We went over Delta Company's podcast patch notes, kind of like a 2-in-1 right now. Maybe I'll go into this, I'll record it, and I'll upload it as something different. I know not a lot of people might not care about the one or the other, so maybe I'll separate them for people to just comb through themselves. But I don't know. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? Can you believe 11 gigs, 8 gigs on the PC, 8 gigabytes of code and animations and whatever that they have to reinstall onto your system to fix a game? And you know, no offense to the guys of Delta Company, but you can't possibly read 1.0.3 1.0.3.1, and then sit there and say that Ubisoft got a little too much flack for the game, that the game is pretty good. Like, no, this game deserves all the ridicule it got. Because look at this. This is what people paid for. They paid for this. And that's not acceptable. That's not acceptable in any other industry other than the gaming industry. Is the only industry that allows people to sell broken products that they'll fix at a later date. But that's not how this shit works, man. And it shouldn't work like that. And it's just unacceptable. All right, Rojan. So yes, please. Ghost coins, vehicles need improving. Us, Watch Dogs Legions being delayed. I saw that. Yeah, I saw all that. I saw all that. I saw all that. Can I get an acid scope for my rifle, for crying out loud? Good luck, man, getting anything else. Look at what they're fixing. Ubisoft, sue Ubisoft for pain and suffering for selling a game for full price. For real, right? It's ridiculous. The story's improving. Turn aim radius in vehicles needs to be fixed. You know, I wonder if maybe you have to do that in the settings to get it to the possible point that feels comfortable for you. I don't know how much more they're going to put into that. It wasn't that great in Wildlands to begin with. They don't want to get rid of the tiered loot, then at least have the option to have your secondary weapon to be hidden in the skin overlay. Actually, Matt, were you here for the podcast? Because the podcast asks, what do you think the first thing that they'll fix? And in my opinion, that'll be the first thing they fix, is the primary weapon situation. A lot of people, one of the guys said they might think about fixing tiered loot, and I don't know about that. That's a big commitment, and I think they're going to keep the tiered loot in the casual version of the game, and they're going to make a hardcore ghost mode version of the game, and in there maybe they'll change some things up. So turn aim radius in vehicles needs to be fixed. Actually, let me hold on one sec. Okay. Just wanted to unplug my my headphones so I could hear shit. All right, so the worst part is how much they hyped it up. And you know what? Maybe we hyped it up too. You know? I had faith. I had faith in them. And they kind of let me down. They don't get rid of, yeah, okay. Worst part, I mean, an ACOG scope. Can we get one for the rifles, please? You know, I don't know what they were thinking with that. There's a lot of inconsistencies with that's so annoying in the backyard. There's a lot of inconsistencies with scopes, magazines, caliber of bullets. It's just there's a lot of shit that's just off. If Nomad would have had a K9 companion, this could have been implemented in the story from the chopper crashes. Finds K9, he'll say K9, K9 bombs a Nomad, K9 can distract or attack enemies, etc. I mean, you basically want Metal Gear Solid 5. I don't think Marty, what's up, man? I'm not sure Ubisoft would ever program something like that. Especially, I think, see now, bear with me here. For Breakpoint, I don't think that fits. But for a normal Ghost Recon game, if they want to have classes, like that would be dope. If you could pick like a K9 unit class where you roll out with a dog. Like that shit would be cool, man. Is that, yep, Tommy, that's it, man. It's just bug fixes. I mean, I don't know when you walked in, but there's a lot of shit like all these vests they're going to give you now for free. And all this stuff they're going to give you for free now. So if you spent time getting scale credits and unlocking all this shit, now people are just going to get it for free. They would have been better cookie cutting Wildlands than building from the ground up. Yeah, they would have been better just building on what they had with Wildlands, in my opinion. Why doesn't the Maul laser not fit the TAR SC20? I don't know anything about that stuff, man. It's to the point where I don't even care, because there's so many inconsistencies with how they tried to pigeonhole certain attachments to certain guns, and none of it even is comprehensible, that I just give up. Even it's like, yo, whatever. There's so much wrong with the game. It's like, I don't even know if they're ever going to get to something like that, bro. And that's just the truth. You might just have to sit back and take however that works. I don't know, Matt. Because, I mean, look what I just read. And this is the second patch after a title update 2 weeks ago. That was another, what, 8 gig patch? I forget. So this update is BS. It just means the game we want is going to take longer than expected, probably the whole 2020. Yeah, so Bennett, this game is 6 months to a year out from being the game it should have been at launch. Just know that. We're already almost 2 months into the game. So you figure by spring, this game might be in a good place. But it's getting there. This is why I think they need to gift people ghost coins. People deserve ghost coins to sit through this type of shit. To pay for a product that they're beta testing, people deserve a little more than what you're giving them right now. And it's not going to cost them anything. It's already in the game. Just gift some people some shit. At least if they can figure out who logged in on day one, or if they can figure out who has a gold or above, maybe maybe you could limit it to those people. I don't know. But even if you bought the standard, I think you deserve it, because people are buying the game now like half off. Yeah, Bay, man, you gotta get a J.O. Bizzle and invest in a new computer so you can get your videos out fast. One of the best things you could do for yourself is invest in a computer that is decent so you can render the videos you want out quickly. So a stamper, that's actually a really, really cool idea. And it goes back to the basic premise of Metal Gear Solid 1, which is, huh? What was that noise? Huh? What was that noise? Huh? Who's over there? Now, if you guys get that reference, if you played Metal Gear Solid 1, you understand what that is. But I think a system like that, this is what I'm talking about when I talk about building systems up for the 21st century and for the tactical shooter. You don't need to implement tiered loot. Something as simple as distractions would be an awesome idea. Now, obviously, a stamper, you have to use your imagination. Maybe you put a car out front and you put C4 on it and you blow it up. And so you put the car here, you put C4 on it, and you go around the base, and then you blow it up, and everyone's distracted this way, and then you can infiltrate. You got to use your imagination. But setting a fire, that's thinking outside the box and thinking of new things and new ways to make cool features for the tactical shooter. Now, I don't know how realistic that is for someone behind enemy lines to want to set a fire, but I understand the premise of it, and I think, more mechanics like that, the better. It's better than having tiered loot. You got fooled. Ubisoft shouldn't be geared loot gambles. Yeah, it shouldn't be the gear loot system. What the hell happened here? Is it possible to report them, Chris? You can report them to the Better Business Bureau, but I think YouTube and Reddit and IGN and GameSpot and all these places do more damage than the Better Business Bureau, in my opinion. So, well, yeah, I'm sure you can. You should do it. Do you want to call gear tiered loot system gamble system? I mean, call it whatever you want. Call it the crappy system for all I care. All I know is that they should get rid of it. Where can I find the podcast to listen to it? All right, Alex, if you're still here, sorry, I'm taking time to get to all of you guys talking and stuff. I'm sorry. But if you just go to the forums and you go to Ghost Recon Breakpoint, and or you can just go to the beginning, but if you don't want to listen to me pause the podcast, it's in the beginning of this video, but if you don't want to hear me pause and talk, just go to general discussions. I just bumped it, so it should be up here. Holy shit. Here it is, Delta Company Podcast. Click on this, and then bam, it's right here. You can listen to it yourself. You want your 516 shorty? What's that? Is that a shotty? Let's see. 516 shorty. Oh, okay, it's an assault assault rifle. Oh, there it is. Yeah, man. A lot of people want things that Ubisoft are not giving them. French designed it. That's what happened. Castro, I hear that. I hate to see the game changing into a different thing. Game system. Why it can't be like Wildlands? I don't know. I don't know what they're doing. Delta Company's trying, stay positive and keep content coming out. I can't hate on them for that. What do you think about new engineers class? I didn't even look at it, to be honest. Maybe I'll give it a peek and maybe I'll make a video about it. Coming out, what will it consist of? I gotta see. I think we gotta see this in the bright light though. They're listening to the community now. It's from now on we think we should be looking at. As long as they make the game better, then I'll play. I mean, you could always be. I mean, Bay, you could always be the cup half full, which is cool. But you gotta think of it like this: it's 2 months past release, right? They released it 2 months ago almost. This is what, the second this is the third patch, because they gave us a patch right away, right? The title update was a huge patch. Now it's patch 1.0.3.1. I understand they're listening, but boy oh boy, is communication dead. Should this game not have been put out? Yes. Should this game have been delayed? Yes. Should no company ever make people buy this type of shit when it's this broken and this unfinished and unpolished? It's to the point where we're seeing basically this game be built in its beta form right now. We're beta testing it, which is why I say I think everybody deserves ghost coins. You bought the game, you deserve a ghost coin at this point. Has anyone found the tactical vertical grip for the M4A1 platform? Marty, does that have the vertical grip? I could have sworn, maybe it was for the tactical one. I think I heard someone say the tactical one doesn't have it. I might be wrong though. What I mean about the turn aim radius is like when you sit on the side of the vehicle, like you sit inside of the vehicle, like in the helicopter can't shoot in the front, the helicopter's below it. Oh, so you're saying like when you're sitting on the side of the vehicle and you turn and you get stuck here and you can't go anymore. Like you turn this way and it's like, and it locks you. And you want to just get a little bit more and you can't. That's what you're talking about? Because I completely agree. What other 3 classes do you think they're releasing in the next months? I have no idea. I got to be honest. I have no idea. I haven't been paying attention to what type of classes they're even bringing into the game. I'll wait on a class by class basis to see what they do and to discuss them. but I haven't been putting any really time and effort into Ghost Recon lately. I've been playing a lot of Warcraft, which has had my attention. So, when I know that doing the engineers, and they'll probably just slowly bring out things that were cool for um the Ghost War PvP. Maybe they'll kind of steal little things from all of those and bring it into the game. They need to focus more on the PvP than PvE. Okay, here's a good opinion here by Screwy. The core Wildlands community is on Call of Duty trashing Breakpoint, and they're 100% right. They're 100% right. This is why I think they rushed the game out to get it out before Call of Duty. But they're dumb. Like, there's plenty of people that go out there and buy multiple games. If your game is just better, people will play it. The fact that they rush this out and that the managers have the last say, or whoever, and rush this out when the developer should have told them, yo, it's not ready. It's not ready, and it doesn't matter that it comes out before or after Call of Duty. If we released a better product, people will play it and they will flock to it. But it's true, Screwy. First of all, they need to get rid of the 4v4 completely. I'm not saying that there can't be a 4v4. All I'm saying is that they need other options. I think Call of Duty implemented a 2v2. That's cool, but I'm not even talking about that. I want more players. I want to play 8v8, a 16v16. I want bigger maps. I want objective-based PvP modes. I remember the first time I played Battlefield 3, and I think it was like 32v32. It was like nothing I've ever played. I was like, this is amazing. And I feel like Ghost Recon is missing out on the market that is out there exclusively for awesome PvP games. And if you look at Twitch and Mixer and all these streamers who are playing PUBG and Fortnite, and I'm not saying you have to steal or try to steal those gamers or try to copy those games. What I'm saying is there's a market out there for more than just a 4v4 2-mode PvP. And you're right, they need to put a little more effort into their PvP to make it memorable, to make it exciting, to make people want to say, hell no, I'm playing Ghost Recon. That PvP is like nothing I've ever played before. But they continue to it's like middle of the road shit for Ubisoft. They don't want to make super superb games. They're content with just getting it out and making enough money to keep it moving. I'm stocking up on Panadol for the Golem Island raid. I don't even know what the Panadol is. What is that, Marty? That must be something like something you craft. But do you think the raids are going to be that hard? Or that you're going to need things? 1 engineer, 2, etc., 4, etc. The AI needs a huge overhaul. Agreed. Try to catch up to you guys. So all of us in this group live chat with you think about the AI teammates. Yo, we all think that everybody wants the AI teammates, Rojan. Everybody. Classes don't have purposes other than their class items like gas grenades. Yeah, exactly. You can shoot enemies through glass windows with the glass even breaking. Doesn't make sense. I think we could be here forever if we talked about things that didn't make sense in this game. But they tried to make the class system where Assault had the assault rifle and Panther only had the SMG and you couldn't get the sniper or whatever. And then people were like, no. So then they just abandoned it. They let us use all guns. And now the classes don't really feel special. And I have a video talking about how they should do classes in a tactical shooter. And it's basically just tied to how you roll out with your character. You want a helmet, big tat gear, big assault rifle with a secondary. You're going to be a tanky character, but don't try to creep around because people are going to hear you. You want to have light gear, sneakers on, a submachine gun, no secondary. You're going to be fast, agile, nimble, but you're going to probably go down quick if you get in a firefight. Like, that's how they should try to design classes. And that's it. Don't let me put everything on my character and I'm creeping around like Sam Fisher. Start making things a little more realistic. They need improving. Shouldn't be on the game. Shout me out. Everyone give me some facts. Yeah, man, of course, Rojan. Of course they need to be improving things. I mean, they are improving things. It's just a lot of bug fixing. You know? Tiered loot, Marty. Tiered loot is the biggest mistake ever. Just copy paste system from Division 2. Exactly. Tiered loot was the biggest mistake ever. And I think they know it now. It might be too late to go back. Maybe they're making a separate game in a ghost mode that kind of removes that, but we'll have to wait and see. Has no name got into Delta? Has any no name got into Delta Company? I applied but never got in. I mean, Bay Z right there, he got in. You know, and he's got a small channel. He's a small timer. So everyone else who's kind of like on the forums, like Hugo and I think it was Blue Fox is his name. Like they're senior members and they got in, but someone like Bay got in as well. But I guess they don't really include anyone else. But Bay, you should definitely try to hit them up and be like, yo, I want to get in on the podcast. Might be good for your channel too. Yeah, the internet is better over here. Oh yeah. Damn, Tommy's wrecking you, bro. Got jokes. You think it's a step in the right direction, Mike? Yeah, I mean, I think any step with fixing the game is a step in the right direction. I think the game should be both, not only online BS. I mean, I don't know if they're ever going to change that, to be honest. I know people want the offline, but I don't know if that's coming. It takes 2 months to put things back in the game that they've been in the game wild events for 2 years. Yo, Jay, what's up, man? Yeah, exactly. I don't even understand that. It was in the last game, and now you got to put it back in this game. It just goes to show you how not ready this game was. If we're getting SOCOM, this game will be fixed right when that game comes out. I mean, Anthony, first we got to see if we're getting a SOCOM. Second, if SOCOM comes out, we got to hope that it doesn't come out like this, where it's completely wrong, where the higher-ups mess with the developers and tell them what to do, and it's ruined. Because we were all excited for SOCOM 4, and SOCOM 4 was abysmal. You have a feeling the new AC game is going to be online? What do you think? I hope not. That doesn't even make sense. Why? Just why? Why would it be online? Ugh. You never know. Rojan, you never know. Yeah, Chris, that's what you meant about the term aim radius. Sorry I'm going so slow. I'm trying to, keep up with all you guys and really flesh through this. But, I mean, yeah, I completely agree. I hate it when it's like you get stuck. You just need to aim a little bit more, but the game doesn't let you. Banshee, Hunter, Echelon. Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like kind of like the classes that they had in Ghost War that they'll put out. You played all the Ghost Recon games, but this one is effed up. Yo, Troy, no argument with you there, man. I have the gold since day one. They need to give us. They need to give day one 1,000 ghost coins for this BS. I agree, dude. Look at my dumbass. Look what I bought. Wolves edition, bro. Shit, I need the most ghost coins. It's ridiculous. F in the chat for Breakpoint. Exactly like SOCOM. Let's see. Yo, G Money, think if they do AC game, goes from Breakpoint, just do the same thing, maybe rush microtransactions everywhere. No, they're not. I don't think they're gonna rush Assassin's Creed. Assassin's Creed Odyssey was really good, and for them to mess that movement up would be a big mistake. Yes, Screwy. 4v4, 8v8, 16v16, 32v32. Exactly, man. Something more than just a 4v4 with 2 modes. And I've gone into that in my videos, talking about what type of PvP modes I'd like to see. The AC fans will get heartbreaking into the new game and be upset not buying that. Well, we'll see. We'll see what's up with that, Rajan. The character slides down 3 exactly, and that's what they need to fix. They fixed him sliding down the stairs, but they really need to fix him sliding down. Like you could slide down something like this if you run down it, but you're sliding down shit like this. It's ridiculous. They need to make 5 AI teammates and maybe what number. Yo, dude. Like I say, what would have been a good, crazy way to build upon Wildlands was not going the breakpoint route, but was going where like maybe you destabilize Bolivia so much. Like people wanted Wildlands too, so maybe you destabilize Bolivia so much that a surrounding country, all of a sudden a new something new emerged, and you go into that country with like 8 AI characters or 12, like Freedom Fighters. For any of you OGs out there, if you played Freedom Fighters, you know what I'm talking about. You were able to control 12 AI characters and tell them to go there, go there, go there, go there, hold here, go there. And it was awesome. I think fixing the AI and giving you more and really make it like 2 teams that way, 2 teams that way. Go into a map. You could put pinpoint locations, have your teams go a certain route. Like that would have been awesome. And they did that with old Rainbow Six games where you could have your AI teammates go a certain route and then you go a certain route and you all do your own thing. I think some shit like that would have been awesome. They should have stuck with Future Soldier class system with Gunsmith and you quit. A lot of people say that, Chris. Like Future Soldier was the epitome of what people wanted. AI teammates should be. Where am I? Where did that go? AI teammates should be unusable in co-op. If we have 4 AI teammates and we're playing with one other person, we should get. Yeah, I've said that, Alex. I said that in Wildlands too. Like if you have one other player with you, maybe you should each have 1 AI teammate with you. That would be kind of cool. Additional content will come in late December. For now, it's bug fixes. Yeah, well, I mean, early December is the raid, right? And then late December, I forget. Bay, I have the video talking about, year 1 stuff. But just the fact that it's gigs upon gigs upon gigs of bug fixes just shows how broken this game is. Not like we need to measure this to know it was broken. Gaming Effect. Oh, cool. Gaming Effect got in. Shout out to Gaming Effect. He's in Delta. All right, so Vibes Gaming Channel got in. He got in for the cosplayer, but oh no, he didn't. He applied for he as a cosplayer, but nothing, no answers. You applied for Ghost Recon Delta, Chris, the Gaming Effect, nice, Marty. My social media promotes and my content speaks for itself, but nothing. Yeah, I mean, dude, it is what it is. You know? They did build this game from the ground up. All right, let me catch up here. All right, I'm almost caught up. What happens? They brought Assassin's Creed back from the dead with RPG elements and loot, and they thought it would work for everything. Yo, I think you're right with that one. They had the Division, they had Assassin's Creed, which Odyssey worked well, and Origins worked well. And I guess they thought, see, in my opinion, because they built it on the same engine, not Snowflake, the other one, Anvil. So I think they just took a lot of the shit that they already had in the engine and just built it out for Breakpoint for a quick cash grab. And they thought, yeah, this shit might work. Let's just do it. And maybe the developers are just taking orders and the higher up said it, but someone messed up really bad. Yo, Chris, Freedom Fighters. Freedom Fighters is classic, right, Bennett? Exactly. Yo, Red, what's up, man? They made this game so much like The Division. Exactly. How do they not have a higher player count, PvP server modes? They have what, 12 players? Yeah, exactly. OG Division was like 20. How's this game only 4? Yeah, 4v4. Exactly. Exactly, Red. It doesn't make any sense. And it doesn't make any sense for them to see The Division and then just copy and paste everything and put out Breakpoint. Now you have 2 games that basically play the same. The only difference is The Division is the camera's locked to your back. There's no prone and crouch, and there's no stealth. Breakpoint, the camera free flows around your character now, unlike Wildlands, and it's a little more stealthy. But that's it. Everything else is the same. Tiered loot. The way they're going about designing it just doesn't make sense. There's an Easter egg which shows another secret island. Yeah, I mean, if you have the map, I mean, you don't need an Easter egg. I got the map right here. You're talking about one of these? Or you're talking about when you go into the, I know you're talking about when you go in game and it's in the fog of war. It's like it's all cloudy around the edges and there's like a little island that's not seen. That's what you're talking about? Who said that? Bay said that? That's what you're talking about, Bay? Go watch A Squad. Yeah, shout out to A Squad Gaming, man. It's covered by clouds, just like Gollum Island. Oh yeah, that's what you're talking about. Oh, I know what you're saying now. Yo, Rojan, I got an idea for next generation. What do you think? Especially your thoughts. Ubisoft make a new Ghost Recon game. Ghost Recon Future Soldier 2, what do you think? Or Ghost Recon Future Soldier Remastered, what's your thoughts? I don't think, if you put on Ghost Recon Future Soldier, I don't think it needs to be remastered. It looks great. It looks great today. I think remastering it's a waste of time. I think Ghost Recon Future Soldier 2 is not, I don't think it's in, I don't think they're going to go, I don't think they're going to go back. I don't think Ubisoft is going to go back with these franchises putting closed linear missions. I think their thing is big open world games. They just got to nail the storytelling. They got to nail the design decisions, and I think they're good. But I mean, a lot of people would probably want a Future Soldier 2. I think you can have Future Soldier 2 in this new type of setting where it's open world with those characters or that type of scenario. But I don't know. We got to see what the next Ghost Recon brings us. We probably won't get one for another 3 years or so. So, who knows? Other Secret Island Breakpoint Future DLC? Yeah, probably, Bennett. It better be free. Well, we'll see after year 1. I'm not paying for anything after year 1. And I feel like ripped off. I should, like, if you buy the Ultimate Edition, you should. It's crazy. It's crazy that year 2, year 3, like, dude, I just want to buy the game. I don't want to pay $200 for one game. It's ridiculous. That type of gaming, I don't want to see it. For that, just make a new game. But they don't want to do that. They want to make one game and then give you little pieces for almost the full price of the game. $40. Like, that's crazy, man. What about put a bipod on snipers? Dude, they added the bipods and it's like they do nothing. It's just a cosmetic. You should be able to go prone and kick out the bipod, and your crosshair should come down. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you're standing and then you crouch and then you prone, your accuracy gets better as it is. But then if you kick your bipod out, or if you go over to a wall, maybe certain areas, they could program it where you could put your bipod down. You should be able to kick that bad boy out and just let rip. And it should have better accuracy. But I think it just comes down to the programming, man. They just don't have enough time to make all these types of new features. Top right on the map. Yeah, I know you're talking about, Bay. I've seen that in game. I think the bipod, it's already folded down. If I remember correctly, the bipod is just folded into the gun. I don't even know if there's one where it's out. Maybe it is, but then it's just a cosmetic. It doesn't do anything. Like, it should have some type of functionality. There should be an animation where you have your freaking M60 and you kick the bipod out, and drop it, and just start letting loose. Yeah, Chris. Exactly. They have to master what they have right now with this open world. They have to really nail the storytelling. They have to nail the design decisions. They have to make sure that if this is the map, that when you start here, right, You don't start here, do a few missions, and then come all the way over here to do a few missions, and then come all the way. Like, you should start here and then work your way out, work your way out, and work your way out, work your way out, and explore the map organically. That's how they need to design these games. And then if the player wants to stop their story and go explore, they can do that on their own time. But let the story be more organic in a way where you're not using fast travels and looking for a helicopter to bypass the entire map. That's just bad design decision, in my opinion. The end of the story is year one content. Could you imagine that? Like, I bought a $60 game, but the full version is what? 80? 80 came with the season pass, or is it the ultimate, which is like 120? Or oh wait, or was the gold 100? The gold was 100 or 120? I don't even know. But yeah, you're right. That's crazy. Like, I'm sorry, you can't beat this game with the $60 version. Or you can at least get the full story. Silly. Silly. Marty says there's 2 new provinces on that island. One is called Harmony from memory, which I assume named after Fox's daughter by Jay Skell. Well, we'll find out. We'll find out what's there. They better not make Ghost Recon Future Soldier 2, but they can't even get this game right at all. Troy, agreed. Like, they can't even get this right. They really need to take a step back and figure out what's the direction of this franchise, because they have one more chance to make or break it, to be honest. And this is what scares me. This is the same thing they did with Splinter Cell, right? They made Conviction, and a lot of people were like, come on, you changed the entire thing of, it's entirely different now. Then they made, it's Conviction, and what is it? It's like, Splinter Cell, Black something? What is it called? Splinter Cell Blacklist. Then they made Blacklist. That didn't, I don't think it sold what they wanted to sell. And then they haven't made a Splinter Cell in what, 6 years? No, what, 7 years? Came out in what, 2012, 2013? 6, 7 years. So I'm scared now. If they release another Ghost Recon and it flops and they are like, all right, whatever, we're done here. That would suck. That would suck really bad. Stamper got the Ultimate Steelbook Edition. Everything after year one should be free. Yeah, exactly. When you pay that much money up front, that's it. You should just have the game. That's it. Buy Ultimate or above, and you get everything that we put out. But if you don't, and later on you want to buy Season 1, Season 2, they're all separate. And that might force more people to buy the Ultimate or whatnot, but if you put out a good product, people will do it. But like right now, I don't even care. Like I won't buy another Ultimate whatever from Ubisoft. They don't deserve it. So Bay, prestige for PvP is a grind system. I mean, right? When it all comes down to it, arbitrary numbers that make us grind, that make us feel like, oh, I need to get to this, I need to get to this. You have some unlocks for it, right? You put a few unlocks. When you get Prestige 1, you unlock this. You get Prestige this, you unlock that. I mean, it is what it is. I always played PvP just to PvP. I just found fun in the PvP. I don't find fun in grinding. The only game I'm willing to actually grind is World of Warcraft, because that's how those games were built. Like MMORPGs were built for grinding. Like that's what they're all about. Something like Diablo, action RPG. I don't want to care about grinding in my tactical shooters, which is why I didn't like the loot system. I didn't like the arbitrary number system. I didn't like any of that type of shit. But as far as the PvP, I don't think it will be that big of a deal. It just shows you who plays more and who doesn't. Rojan, what do you say on your thoughts, G? About what? Future Soldier 2? My thoughts? I mean, I don't think they're going to do it. Yeah, guys, yeah, Blacklist. I had to Google it. I've enjoyed Blacklist. I enjoyed Conviction. I enjoyed Double Agent. I enjoyed Chaos Theory. I enjoyed all of them. From the first one to the last one. I enjoyed all the Splinter Cells and I played them all a lot. But I guess I'm like, maybe guys like us are a selected few and we don't drive the market anymore. And that's why they put out this bullshit. Yeah, Splinter Cell did flop, which is sad. Prestige is a good reason to play it. Currently, you don't gain much from it. Yeah, you know, it's if and especially if there are rewards tied to it, it gives you something to do. I'm skeptical of uh of grinding systems, but actually, you know, I really can't. I can't talk ish because I grinded SOCOM back in the day. If any of you guys played SOCOM back in the day, if you're OG SOCOM fans, you know. How many of you played SOCOM PvP? Let me know in the comments. Any of you? Any of you played SOCOM PvP? None of you. None of you played SOCOM PvP. Okay, so let me explain. In SOCOM, they didn't have a prestige, they had a ranking system. So when you started off, you were like lieutenant and you just had a little like badge emblem. And the best emblem you could be is like captain, and you would get your wings. Oh, yo, gaming effect. So you know what I'm talking. And Anthony, you know what I'm talking about. Then, do you remember the best thing everybody wanted in SOCOM was to get your wings? You wanted to rank up that ladder and get your wings. You wanted that. I think it was the captain rank or whatever. And when you got your wings, you were like, "Ooh, baby!" Like you knew you were the man at that point. Jay, so like you guys know what I'm talking about. Like that type of system, like that's the type of prestige system that makes people want to grind things out. But when you have when the gameplay is there and you have the gameplay with the grind system, it's a recipe for addiction. And I was addicted, boy. I was addicted to SOCOM. I played that shit morning, noon. I was in college at the time. So besides going to school, coming home, that's all I did is play SOCOM with my roommates. And it was right when broadband like got normal, where people were moving away from 56K. So we had a broadband connection. The PS2 had the thing in the back. We were playing online. It was a new world to us. It's like, holy shit, we're playing online versus people. It was crazy. I'd had two roommates, both of them in their rooms, me in my room, all playing SOCOM together, yelling to each other, "Yo, he's behind you, he's behind you." Like those are some good gaming days, man. And I just wish that could be replicated with a game like Ghost Recon, but I don't feel that same energy when playing Ghost Recon. Codemaster's tactical shooting game? Nah, Rojan, I haven't heard about that. I'll check it out. Codemaster's tactical shooting game. Is Ubisoft publicly traded? Yeah, Tommy. There was actually a shareholders meeting a few weeks ago where Ubisoft came out. They admitted the game flopped. Shareholders asked them some questions. I miss being able to hear your multiplayer opponents talking when you were close to them in SOCOM. One of the coolest features ever. You mean things like like when they throw grenades and shit like that? Or like uh what were they? They were like emotes. But I thought the emotes came out on top. Like when you were close enough, you could hear them saying like outgoing, outgoing. Or like Granada, Granada. Them wings, right? Gaming effect, them wings, exactly. You remember, bro, grinding for them wings. That's all. It was like, oh, I need to get my wings. I remember when I remember I logged on, I first got my wings. I thought I was like the man. And a lot of clans, like top tier clans, like you had to have your wings. Like you wanted to be down with the clan and do clan battles. Like, yo, you got your wings? Da, 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 da. You love that game, Troy? Talking about SOCOM? And if there's a new SOCOM and it resembles the first, like the first one too, I think it'll especially in an open world setting like today with the features they had for teammate AI, they will destroy what Ghost Recon was. They'll take over the Ghost Recon market. If SOCOM comes out and does that, they'll shit all over what Ubisoft missed out on. It's an underrated tactical shooting game, but I'll check it out. Everyone wants to shut it down. Yeah, gaming effect. The word on the street, what is it, Guerrilla Games or whatnot, picked up some people from Rainbow Six and SOCOM, and the same people who built the Horizon Zero Dawn. That's the name of the game, right? Kojima used their engine. Supposedly, yeah, that company has these people now. So we're gonna see where people are assuming it's a new SOCOM game, but that just might be people like us who are so dying for SOCOM that we think that's what they're building. So I'm not gonna hold my breath. Objective-based tactical play and can't win without communication. A real team-based formula and raw as hell. Didn't take a whole clip to kill a person. SOCOM is the gold standard of third person. Like, yo, can I fucking just like favorite this shit? Oh, like for real. Like Bennett, you just said it, bro. You said it. And yo, this is the thing for SOCOM. It came with a headset. The developers said to Sony, like, it has to come with a USB headset. Why? Because they knew they built a game where communication was key. Like that's how freaking OG SOCOM is in the world of this tactical shooter market, where guys like myself are coming from, and a lot of you guys who didn't play it, you don't realize like how serious SOCOM was. It might not have aged well if you go back and look at it with the mechanics and everything, the movements, the strafing and the gunfights, but for back then, for what it was, like, yo, it came with a headset, and you could talk to your teammate AI. You could give them commands with the headset that it came with. Like, it's crazy. Two things. One, they broke the mold with the voice to action, whatever you want to call it, where you could communicate with your AI through voice. And then two, they knew, yo, you're gonna need one for PvP. If you type it in and you play this game, it's like Ghost Recon where you can control the AI teammates. Yeah, SOCOM Rojan is like Ghost Recon where you could control the AI teammates. April 30th, their stock was, yeah, it went down. Their stock dropped after Breakpoint. You should look up what the creative Twisted Metal said about the rumors of SOCOM. Anthony, how do I look that up? Actually, tell me real quick, and I'll be right back, guys. Oh, yeah, the downfall of talking so much and drinking so much water is I gotta pee. So let me see what I missed from you guys. Yo, Jason, Freedom Fighters, right? I feel like Freedom Fighters is the most slept on game of all time. And that game was so unique, man. So amazing. And what they did with how you can control, you recruited and controlled 12 guys. Oh, so awesome, man. And you would think for at the time, right, where we would be today. If they built that back then, you would think where games would be today with games like Ghost Recon. But I don't know what the fuck these developers are thinking, man. And maybe it's because guys like me who I'm older, all the developers coming into the industry, maybe they're younger, so they're building things that they experience. Like, I don't know. I just don't understand how this shit gets built like this when games like that were that good, 15 years ago. I don't get it. Yeah, Rojan. I'm gonna check it out, man. I'm gonna check it out. Most definitely. I'm gonna look up that Codemasters Tactical Shooting game. Let's see. Codemasters Tactical Shooting. This doesn't look like a video game, bro. Codemasters Tactical Shooting game. Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know. Insurgency, Ultimate Tactical, Ready or Not. I don't know. I'll look it up later. I'll look for it later. Don't sweat my Salma Hayek background. That's my childhood crush. All right, so maybe the best thing. Operation Flashpoint was a good game. Flashpoint is a great game also. Desert Storm is another classic. And you guys in high school just done taking AP chemistry. It's not worth it. I mean, we don't have to be in high school to remember taking chemistry. Desert Storm 1 and 2 for PS2 is classic. Desert Storm was my first shooter. It's on Google G. All right, no doubt. Yo, Bennett, GoldenEye. I was the greatest GoldenEye player of all time. And you could take that to the bank. I got tons of people who could back me up on that. GoldenEye was my shit. Salma Hayek, a fine choice, right, Tommy? I got it's loops every day, like Salma Hayek, Olivia Munn. Then sometimes it's like I got superhero stuff like Batman and Superman, and then sometimes it'll be some gaming stuff like Metal Gear and God of War. I just made a bunch of backgrounds for it to loop through. So sometimes it's like a crush, Hollywood crush. Sometimes it's some comic stuff. Sometimes it's some video game stuff. You never know what you're gonna get with your background. You remember the headset, Kamikaze, right? I had that headset for a while too. Codemaster Operation Flashpoint. Operation. There we go. Oh, so it's a first person. All right. See, I'm not like if I'm gonna play a first person shooter, I'll probably just play Call of Duty. I'm just not into first person shooters. Like, I stopped playing first person shooters a while ago. I mean, maybe I should get back into them. So how is this game compared to like how's this game compared to like Call of Duty? Yeah, right? Yo, Symphony Jules, Freedom Fighters is my underdog classic. I agree, man. Freedom Fighters, a lot of developers could take some lessons from Freedom Fighters. I mean, 12 AI characters. 12. A huge battle with Russian troops. A huge area, and it's like, go there, go there, go there. You cycle through all 12 guys. You got 12 AI characters and yourself shooting. It was amazing. That SOCOM video, Creative Twisted Metal. Look it up. David Joffrey and SOCOM on YouTube. David Joffrey, SOCOM on YouTube. All right, cool. Let's do it. What? Oh, I got the wrong thing. David Joffrey, SOCOM. Dear PlayStation, stay away from SOCOM. Which one, bro? Which one do I click? Same here, not in the first person shooters. Yeah, first person shooters, they were like back in the day, I was cool with them. I think that was fine, but I'm just tired of them nowadays. I like to see my character. I like to see animations. That's what keeps me involved in the games today. Do you know if you see your thoughts on Operation Flashpoint? Tell it's a year ago. I can't give you my opinion on it. I never played it. So I don't know, man. Jason Flynn, 46, and playing computer games for over 30 years. Damn, that's what I'm talking about. OG. Let's see. Let's see. So 30 years ago is 89. So that was about when I started playing, man. The first video game I ever played was Atari in the 80s. We had Pac-Man, we had uh Pitfall, Cubert. What else did we have? We might have had a couple other games. And then of course Nintendo came out, Super Mario's, etc., etc. I've been playing games ever since, man. Love video games. Flashpoint is what Modern Warfare was trying to become. Oh, interesting. Damn, crazy. You can control your AI teammates. Ah, see, Rojan, that's cool. That they made the way you have your AI teammates and things like that. That's dope. Alex Barker, it's close to a first person to Ghost Recon than Call of Duty because Wildlands. That's all I played. Okay, so they go more like the serious tactical shooter route than what Call of Duty does, which is more of like it's more like action oriented and storytelling. Like Call of Duty always has good linear stories. Tell them go and maybe hold back. Also drive fear. That's cool, Rojan. That's cool. That's what that's what that's what the if AI comes back, they need to be able to hold here but open fire, go there, hold fire, like simple basic shit. That's one of the first things I talked about during that's one of the first things I talked about during the beta in Wildlands, which was that the controls for the AI was complete trash. And I don't blame them for taking it out if they needed to rebuild it from the ground up. I just hope it's rebuilt from the ground up and it's really good when they return. If anything is going to save Breakpoint for like a relaunch, it's going to be bringing back the AI and them being freaking awesome. But we'll see. First person shooters are unrealistically restrictive. Like with the gameplay or the maps they make. or both. I just, I don't know. There's something about just seeing your gun that just bores me now. It's just like I've done it for so long. I played GoldenEye for so long. I played Medal of Honor for so long. I played Halo for so long that by the time SOCOM came out and I was introduced outside of like Tomb Raider to and maybe Metal Gear, which was a different type of third person. By the time SOCOM came out and I was introduced to that tactical shooter in the third person, I was like, yo, this is like nothing I've never played. And I loved it. And I became a third person fan after that. Even though I was already, like, I love Tomb Raider games. I played all the Tomb Raider games. It was one of my favorite games. So I was already a fan of third person, but I never played one in that fashion. Yeah, if Breakpoint lets the teammates drive for you, that would be really cool. I mean, they have it programmed for you guys who played Breakpoint. You did that mission where you save the doctors and the guy drives the vehicle for you. So I don't see why you can't just put something on the map, ding, and they go to it. As long as maybe, I don't know. They got to program it really good. Who knows? One of your first games was Crash Bandicoot. Wow, BZ, gangsta. Showing your age there, bro. Crash Bandicoot's a good game. Good series. 39 years in playing video games. And you'll have 39 more, God willing. Video on top, G Money. Anthony Blayton. Oh, but I did that one, right? Oh, this one? Oh, okay. That's what you're talking about, right?
SOCOM, and I want to talk about that. What do you think? You think it's a good idea for Guerrilla and their second team? They hired away the game director of Rainbow Six Siege. My take is, don't you fucking...
1 second. I gotta let this play for you guys while I have headphones in. Otherwise, you get more. And I'm back. All right, let's see what we're talking about here. All right, so this is the video, right? Right, Anthony? This is the video, you said? David, oh, I spelled David wrong. So this is it. Just double checking that this is it. I don't want to watch a video that you don't want me to watch. Yes, all right, cool. I will watch this video. Nintendo dogs on the DS. They can drive for you. Yeah, I mean, I heard you say that before. I think that's really cool, and I think they need to implement that in Breakpoint. Pong, Pong, OG Pong, bro. I had Pong for the Atari. That's another game I had, and we had in order to play Pong, there was two different controllers that you had for the Atari. One was the joystick with the button, and one for Pong, it was like you had to turn it like this to play Pong. We had those, and your Pong, it would go up and down. All right, let's watch this. Let's see what he's talking. Let's see what Anthony wants us to hear here. That's it, because Bay, you're a gamer, bro. You're gonna be playing forever. Tommy, Special Forces too cool for ladder. Or simply ascend. Let's hope that gets fixed.
Because all you're doing is asking for trouble. 90% of the audience doesn't remember or care about SOCOM, and 10% of the audience, you're not gonna please 90% of that 10%. Because they have a very specific game they have been asking for forever. And they will litter the internet telling you what a moron you are for getting it wrong and a moron for not understanding. And why didn't you just do this? I experienced this with a hardcore contingent of Twisted Metal Black players when we made the new Twisted Metal. You could do no right for these people. Not to say that they're assholes, but they had a very specific game that they wanted, and they were convinced that they were right about everything. Anything that they thought of was Twisted Metal was better than what I came up with, was better than what Scott came up with, was better than what Kellen came up with. They knew, we didn't. We should just shut up and make their fucking order like short order cooks, okay? The SOCOM audience that's still hanging on to the dream is more hardcore than the Twisted Metal audience. And all you're going to do is disappoint the vast majority of them, no matter how great the Guerrilla game will be, which I think it will be great. So why would you put yourself in a situation to ask for that kind of trouble? Why would you put yourself in a situation to risk the internet attacks and possible bad PR? Why not just make a brand new IP?
That's true.
Especially given SOCOM now in the current landscape is so conceptually generic anyway. In fact, SOCOM is an actual group of the Navy, right? I think they had to license the name SOCOM. So Sony doesn't even really fucking own it. Why don't you just make up your own fucking thing, whether it's real world and it's exactly what you would want SOCOM to be, or it's got a little more creativity so you can brand it better. Why would you put your head into that fucking lion? That's what I want to know. I could see SOCOM being kind of like a more open Rainbow Six Siege. I'm not talking about the game design. I think whatever Guerrilla does will be great. I think the fact that you're merging Guerrilla Games with the fucking director of Rainbow Six Siege, assuming that particular individual was a really key component to why that game is great and has been such a success and has such great legs, I think anything they make is going to be awesome. And I think it's great because Sony needs to get their ass into the multiplayer world in a big way, not just like these fun cult hit games like the Last of Us multiplayer, which I know is great. But ultimately, it never escaped the atmosphere. It never escaped the gravity of sort of just being a cult multiplayer game. Sony needs their big multiplayer hit, their big multiplayer shooter. I agree, it'll be great regardless. But why attach SOCOM's name to it is what I'm asking.
This guy said, never played any of the SOCOM games. Not really into first-person shooter games. He doesn't even know what SOCOM is.
Sony wants that games as a service revenue, says Secret Sauce. Of course. Nothing's wrong with that. SOCOM was third person. Great. So what? Mr. Modern says because there's a demand for SOCOM's return. I would argue with that, though. I would argue with you and then say, I don't think there's a demand. Is there a demand for SOCOM's return? Yeah. Guess what else there is? There's a demand for Twisted Metal's return. But the number of people actually demanding it are a very vocal minority. The number of people demanding SOCOM are more than Twisted Metal, I would guess. But do you really think it's like some groundswell, right? You might announce it at E3 and everyone goes, fuck yeah, baby, fuck yeah, it's back. And everyone's excited for 10 minutes. Look, I drove out on stage in an ice cream truck at E3 and the world fell apart in video games. It was written about everywhere. It was the number one story of the day, of the week. Oh my God, Twisted Metal's back. End of the day, though, the number of people that really care about it, it's not worth pissing them off. You might as well make something different. The SOCOM name is just part of Sony fanboy rumors, says Retro. So, Retro, you do not think that they are actually going to pull that off and make a SOCOM. There was a demand for Half-Life 3. I can't believe it happened. Well, wait and see, pal. Half-Life 3, which gets announced on Thursday, or at least shown on Thursday, Proto V, is a VR game that a lot of people are, lo and behold, upset about. You're never going to please the fans that have fetishized these old games that they grew up with. All you're going to do is disappoint them. I saw it in Twisted. We see it in Star Wars. You're seeing it in Half-Life. You're going to see it in SOCOM. You may as well make something new. And build a new franchise. 100% Sober Hippie. They need multiplayer exclusives. Please, for the love of God, hear what I'm saying. What Guerrilla is doing is awesome. Make a shooter. Make a tactical shooter. Make a tactical shooter with the fucking director of Rainbow Six Siege that you stole away. Brilliant moves all around, pals. Go for it. Just don't call it SOCOM.
Hey guys, it is Celerity.
The rumor is they're remaking SOCOM, and I want to talk about that. What do you think?
I'm gonna sub to that guy, see what other type of content he has. And you know what? I don't disagree. No, I do not disagree with him. Because at the end of the day, the name is irrelevant. The gameplay is what matters. Case in point, Ghost Recon Breakpoint. The name is irrelevant. It's a Ghost Recon game? Nope. It is a terrible looter shooter, half-ass Frankenstein of trash. And they shit all over the Ghost Recon name. So he might have a point there. Don't make a SOCOM game and then you can't kind of make it your own. Make a game, make it a different name, and make it a tactical shooter, and really put some fire to companies like Ubisoft. Put a fire on their behind and get them going. Yeah, yo, Anthony, I don't disagree. I think the name SOCOM is irrelevant. I think we could let the SOCOM franchise die and let it be for what it was. If you're gonna make a tactical shooter, I just pray to God it's third person. I pray it's third person. Please, not another first person freaking shooter. Please, not another first person shooter. I want a unique third person shooter. And yo, you know what Ubisoft got right that I love? I love the animations in this game. Bar none, the best animations I've ever seen in a game outside of like Metal Gear Solid 5. They're the best third person shooter animations I've seen. The way he moves, the way he gets tired, the way he'll change his gun, he'll do little things. It's awesome. The way he creeps, the way he'll creep down a hill. I think they did a really good job with the animations. I'd like to see more companies, make third persons with awesome animation and make a tactical third person shooter that's really good like that. And you're a super hardcore SOCOM fan. I mean, because, Anthony, you know that SOCOM is dead. So whatever comes out now, it's just going to be a new game. It doesn't have to have the SOCOM name. And I think he makes a really good point. Doesn't have to be the SOCOM name. Just make an awesome third-person shooter. Make an awesome third-person tactical shooter that the fans want, that tactical shooters want, that this genre needs, and people will flock to it. There was one remaster SOCOM 2, yeah. In my opinion, you can't you can't remaster SOCOM 2, and I'm gonna tell you why right now. SOCOM 2 was before the days of what's it called? Like, is it called over the shoulder, I guess, where you zoom in and it comes and it zooms in. Like, SOCOM was before those days. Like, you were here, you were in the middle of the screen, and you just sidestepped. And if you aimed in, it aimed into just a crosshair. Like, you can't remaster that game. I don't think it'll have the same feel as it has today. Although the developers over at the H-Hour developers, they are doing a pretty good job of remaking it, or trying to. But it's kind of like a little pet project. They've been making it for years now. But H-Hour was trying to recapture that SOCOM feel. Michael does life on YouTube. I think, yeah, I don't follow him. I think my nephew follows him. Michael does life. When he's on YouTube, I would say he's a Mad Gamer reviewer. Michael does life. Michael does life. Oh, okay. Oh, no, he doesn't. I'm thinking of someone else. I love SOCOM 2, but please no SOCOM 2. Yeah, you gotta let SOCOM 2 just be the classic that it was, and that's all. Wildlands 2 break. I mean, Symphony. It doesn't, like, you could call it whatever you want to call it, just like this new SOCOM. Like, call it whatever you want to call it. But for real, at the end of the day, the name doesn't matter. It's all about the gameplay. It's all about the gameplay. But the difference a game made back in the day compared to now is who they are appeasing. Back then, they didn't care about share price. They made what they wanted. Yeah. And also, Jay, back then, they made complete games. You didn't release a game in 2002 that was broken because you couldn't patch that shit. Like, these people are sending us 16 gigs, 8 gigs for PC over the internet to give us, to fix the game. Like, so games were given to us, they were released and they were ready to go. That's it. You played them and they were done. And for real, it's not like all this trying to appease every little single sector of the community of gamers. Like, yo, you can't do that. Make a good third-person tactical shooter, stick to the basics, nail the core components, and people will come to you. They'll flock to you. People are dying for authentic third-person shooters. That's why Ubisoft really messed up with Breakpoint. Jack sucks at life. Oh, his Bay watches it. Yo, Madman, what's up, man? Or Madman with just the eyes enclosing it. Madman, what's the deal, bro? So this has been a long live stream. It's a lot to dissect. You go to the beginning, we listen to the podcast. After the podcast, we went through patch notes. Now we're just bullshitting. God can tell G Money watching, bro. I want to see his reaction to this guy. I will. I'm not gonna that was about SOCOM. Like, I'm not gonna watch that right now. I don't want to just sit here and watch YouTube videos. That's not really. But that since SOCOM had come up, I wanted to see what he was talking about. But development is well and truly underway in the next Ghost Recon for next gen console. Keep your fingers crossed. Oh yeah. I definitely agree, Marty. You gotta figure PlayStation drops next year around this time, 2020 fourth quarter. And you gotta assume that next E3 will maybe get some type of announcement for the next Ghost Recon. So 3 years. In my opinion, 3 years. Maybe not even. Because maybe they're gonna rebuild from the ground up. They might be building a new engine for the new consoles. God knows they need it. And so, you never know. I'd like to see what gaming has in store for the next 10 years. I can't wait to see. With these new consoles coming out, better graphics, higher frames per second. Hopefully everything on the PlayStation and Xbox will be capped at 60 frames a second. No more of this 30 shit. Gotta go back later. I'm hanging for it. Yeah, no doubt. I just wanted to give a shout out to the Delta company, because they're trying to put out podcasts and trying to keep things going, but it's just like I feel like they've been abandoned. I gotta be honest. The whole Delta company aspect of this community with what Ubisoft did, it's in shambles in my opinion. It's like you made this entire thing, and now these guys are out here making podcasts, trying to stay relevant, trying to keep things relevant. Like, where's Ubisoft? Where's Ubisoft? Here's a discussion thread. Looks interesting. No random clown. Stamina increase. Yeah, see, look. Next time, open your ears during the beta. So basically, for what we said in July, August, June, whenever we were playing the OTT 1, 2, and the beta, September was the beta, it took them 2, 3, 4 months to fix stuff. So this is going to be a long road to recovery, baby steps. Anyone here doesn't need cosmetics unlocked. We need to be able to quickly sell the truckload of useless cosmetics part of our inventory that's continuously obsolete every few minutes. Agreed. And then it would be nice to have something to spend all those skill credits on instead of trying to roll good perks on your tiered loot guns. Listening to myself makes me cringe. Virtual Chris always has good shit to say. Shout out to Delta Company. Yeah, for real. Hey Stamper, peace out, brother. Yeah, I'm gonna wrap this up maybe. Yo, we tried the best, all we can do. Yeah, Bay. Keep going, man. Don't stop. Don't stop. The game still has legs underneath it, and that's the thing. it's still, it's not dead. It's just on life support. All right, Troy. Yo, Troy, I appreciate the kind words, man. Have yourself a great day. Oh, man. Anyway, that's all for now, everyone. It was a awesome live stream. A little over 2.5 hours. We went through the podcast for Delta Company. We went through the patch notes. I appreciate you guys hanging out. We talked a lot. We kicked it. It's always fun kicking it with you guys. I have a really fun time just hanging out, talking gaming with all of you. It's really fun. And let's see what's left to come, because now, after this 1.0.3.1, we're going to get raids in about a week. I believe December 5th was the launch date for raids, which is not next week, the week after that. No, it's the 25th. Next week is December 5th. They said the raid's December 5th, right? It'll take them a year to fix this game. Yeah, Anthony, I agree. I said it many times. 6 months to a year, this game will be where it should be. What's up? Thank you for coming by, man. I really appreciate it. I had a good time kicking it with you. And all right, so that's all for now. I'm gonna wrap this up. I'm gonna go figure out what I'm gonna do for dinner. All of you guys in the UK, enjoy the rest of your night, what's left. Have a great day tomorrow. All of you guys in America, enjoy your evening, enjoy your dinners. If you're on the West Coast, enjoy the rest of your day. Mainly to have animation speed for movement toggleable like Wildlands. Just let me sneak, not jog. Ooh. I completely agree. You want old school Splinter. Now, before I end this, Madman, you want old school Splinter Cell type animations, don't you? Where you go a little bit and he goes a little bit. You go a little more and he goes a little more. You go a little more, now he's really moving, right? You want something like that. Not too sure if it's the 5th. Symphony, man, peace out. Thank you so much for stopping by. I appreciate it. I will see you in the next video, live stream, whatever. Stop by, say what's up. Always appreciated. Bayz, my man, thank you so much. Everybody go check out Bayz's channel. Give him a follow. He's putting up content, Ghost Recon and other stuff. He's got video coming out, so that's always good if you want some more content. And damn right, exactly. Mad, I completely agree. Completely agree. It was the same for Metal Gear 5. Metal Gear 5 on console had that. It wasn't so much on the PC, was a little worse, but Metal Gear on console had that animation. Yes, and I completely agree. They need to make it like that. Completely agree. Yo, Dylan, what's up, man? Marty, thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it. Dylan, you just missed the end of about a 2-hour and 45-minute live stream. Sorry about that. I'm about to end it right now, figure out dinner and stuff. But the beginning, we went over the podcast for Delta Company. In the middle, we talk about the patch notes coming out. In the end, we're just kicking it and talking trash. So you could always skim through the live stream and see what you want to see. So, not just that, but why do I gotta ADS to get up the dude to grab him? Wait, what? Why do I gotta ads to get up to a dude to grab him? I don't know what you're saying there. Why do I got... Keep it real, brother. Yeah, Marty. Thank you so much, man. Go eat, man. Yo, nice. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna eat. I want to see what Madman was saying right here. Like, why do you gotta what to get up to dude to grab him? Why do you gotta... I want to see what he was saying there real quick before I end it. Madman, not just that, but why do I got ads aim down scope? Oh, why do you have to ADS to like go as slow as possible so he doesn't go, huh? And turn around. That's what you're saying. And it doesn't make sense that no matter how slow you go, they'll say, huh? Even though you catch them still. But I completely agree with what you're saying. If you want to be completely quiet, you gotta go ADS, go slow, and then you creep on them and you finally get them. Rojan, thank you, man. I appreciate that. All right, guys, girls, I love you all. Thank you so much for stopping by for the live stream. I love talking to you guys. I love talking gaming with you guys, especially about Ghost Recon, tactical shooters, all this stuff. It was a great live stream. I appreciate each and every one of you for stopping by and hanging out with me. And yeah, so everybody enjoy the rest of your day. I will see you in the next video, next live stream, whatever it may be. Even if it's World of Warcraft, stop by, just say what's up for 5 minutes, you know, and then you could leave or whatever. I'll probably be streaming WoW for a little bit, but next week or the week after, when the raids come back, you can expect me to live stream a lot more Ghost Recon, so you could always come by and hang out or whatnot. So thank you everybody again for stopping by, and that is all. So I'll see you on the next video. All right, I appreciate y'all. Love y'all, man. Peace.